Hello and welcome to episode 61 of the Arcade Hangout. I am Orange Wolf, one of your hosts for tonight's show, amongst with all these great, awesome other folks that I just saw a little over a week ago, and I already missed the hell out of them.
Stop.
I think this is a true statement. And I told my wife this. I think I gave more man hugs in that weekend than I have my rest of my life combined. I never used to be a man hugger. I never used to be a hugger, and for some reason, you motherfuckers have changed me. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. And I had that conversation with Rich from this little game as well. We talked about that, about how the man hugs were just flowing freely at Grinkers.
I think beer
because he loves them so much.
Yeah.
I told Gary and Jim I love them.
And we love you too.
I love you guys.
Yeah.
I didn't know Rich was there. I just saw Kendra.
Yeah, Rich was there.
Yeah.
And your daughter, Stormy, was there as well.
Yeah.
They came up to me because I happened to be wearing their Dragon's Lair shirt that they made. You know the Dragon's Lair shirt? Yeah, that's theirs.
Yeah.
Well, Grinkers is like a big hippie commune for us, you know. It's a big love fest, right? So
Right. What happens at Grinkers stays at Grinkers, except when we talk about it on the air. With that little asterisk.
So yeah, if you haven't joined us before, we're just an arcade group of collectors that meet once a week. We chat about collecting old arcade games. And this week, our topic basically is going to be about Grinkfest that happened not this past weekend, but the weekend before. But everybody needed a break. And I was still on the road, actually.
Yeah.
Grinkfest 4 or Grinkfest 2016, I guess they were calling it. And we do have a question. We're just going to go around really easily, answer the question, and then we'll just get free-flowing into the Grinkers talk. And the question was basically, what was your favorite quote-unquote new game? Because some people have never been there before. I'm looking at you, Brian. What was your favorite new game that was there, I guess, since it was expansion? And then we'll just start chatting about Grinkers.
All right.
So if anybody wants to pop ahead, go ahead first. If you can remember what your favorite game was.
Well, I have kind of a non-answer, so we'll just get mine out of the way because I helped with scores this year, and so it really cut down on the number of games I ended up playing, which but I love taking the scores, so no complaints there. But so the only game that I played that was actually new to me, if that's the definition of the question, was Zaxxon, which I've never played before, and to be honest, I only stuck quarters in it because I got that god-awful Time Soldiers. Although anyone who's interested in buying it, it's a great game. You want it. So I have that god-awful Time Soldiers in that really beat up Zaxxon cabinet, and I'm like, before I decide to make things just, would part them out, is Zaxxon something worth saving? Is this a game that speaks unto my heart? And the answer would be no. Actually, no.
Definitely.
No, it's not. No. And that's and that's the seal the fate of the beat up Zaxxon cabinet in my garage.
I'm really shocked, Carrie, because I would figure that being your top 3 games.
When you get to shoot stuff.
Right there along with Karate Champ Defender.
Well, it is like a little spaceship and you shoot other ships and stuff like that.
Things.
Right? I mean,
right? I do like it. Yep, we do know I like space shooters. I like shooting things and space shooters especially. It took me a while to figure out, even just like to get past how you move.
You can't fly too high or else the missile hits you and all that kind of stuff.
I was thinking, because to my eyeballs it looked like you could kind of move across the screen, but you're not. You're just going up and down, and I didn't realize that, so I kept trying to go around the wall, and all I was doing is flying into the wall. So it probably took me a good 75 cents just to figure out how to get over the fucking wall.
It's a really fast game if you're terrible, like me. I make it about to the homing missile and I'm dead.
Yeah. Well, and it was right. It was what was the game? It was right next to Joust, and so it was kind of cool because I would sit there and I just I could play Zaxxon a little bit, truly a little bit. Maybe when I thought like somebody was getting close on Joust, so I could be ready to pop that to get that score and pop it into my phone, because the score on Joust doesn't stay for very long, and so it's nice to be able to be there and hover. So I'm like, oh, I'll play Zaxxon, but yeah, so it did not speak to me so much that I think it's worth restoring. exploring that really beat up cabinet. For anyone who thinks I'm just letting a Zaxxon cabinet go onto the wind, it's nasty.
How
Although
dare you?
I know, right?
Okay, there's a million of them out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It's all right. It's all right. Mox
Bottom
got it
up.
in MAME.
Yeah. so that would be the only new game I played. So, and I cannot say, I guess by definition, it would be both my favorite and my least favorite. But I will say that kind of a twist. I've played Warlords before. I've never sat down and done the okay, let's all sit down drunkenly and have 4-person Warlords. That was a fucking blast. That was
Wasn't that
so much
fun?
fun.
Yeah,
That was,
Good
and
time.
it really was. I got a new appreciation. I've always played it with somebody else because otherwise,
I was there till 4 a.m. on Friday playing that game.
Oh, nice.
And
Did you win, Carrie?
Steve was, yeah, I won. And Steve was playing. I mean, I wasn't drunk, right? So I had a good. Steve was playing, and Steve literally just got up and walked out the door at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And so it was only the one girl that was still working there. And we're like, "Are we holding you?" She's like, "No, go ahead, play. I got to do some cleanup anyway." So we played till 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my god!
Wow.
I can totally see it. I wonder how much money he made off of that game. The quarters are just like poor because that was so much fun, and in that kind of environment, it was really a blast. And I will say, I never won, but I also was never the first out. I was usually the second to last out, but I never actually fucking won. I came really close. A whole lot, and so but again, I was never the first out, usually the second to last.
This is the
Well,
first
yeah,
year I actually won a few games. I won like 3 or 4 games.
Yeah,
So
me too.
excited.
Same here.
It's like I was sitting next to Persian Power there, Sam, and he was like teaching me the ways of the Force and he gave me some of his Persian Power mojo. He showed me how to beat some people, and it actually worked. So it's pretty fun. It was a blast. It's just much fun.
So he gave you some of his mojo.
Mojo.
So, Carrie, are we then going to anticipate you having a Warlords cocktail like next weekend or something?
Yeah. She'll find one home use only.
Exactly.
Yeah, $300.
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
Yeah, except for she'll have like the prototype vector version of it.
Nice.
Which
Where do
has
I put
the
this
mirror in it still with the cardboard cutouts on it, like the upright, but in a cocktail version.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, actually, you know what? I take it back. I'm sorry. I've now wasted everybody's time. I can think of actually a fun game, sort of. Although I wouldn't want to own one. I played Warrior for the first time.
I was gonna say.
Oh
that.
shit! Did I? Yeah.
No, that's all right.
I think I liked it because I beat Jim repeatedly.
Kick my
I
ass.
kicked your ass. I kicked your.
I'm like, what's going on here? Your guys are swinging around. Whoa,
It's so
whoa.
weird to
He's
control that game.
I'm like, my fucking sword is in like your helmet, and you're not dying. Like, is it
makes
only
it-
the second player can?
I know. I'm like, whoom, whoom,
blow
whoom, yeah, and then you turn into dust again. I'm like, okay,
For
let's
like
do
no
this again.
rhyme or reason. I'm like, I wailed on you. Like,
no,
what the fuck?
there's totally fucking rhyme and reason because I'm better at that game than you are. That's the rhyme and reason.
Yeah. Well. Andrew, I think put it. I mean, to his credit, I think he nailed it on the head. If you watch me and Carrie play a game against each other, I've got the joystick and I'm just working the joystick in every direction. Carrie on the other side, her body's revolving around the joystick.
Anybody who's seen me play arcade games, when I get into it, I tend to kind of make them.
It's intimidating, like the whole cabinet.
I know you're afraid I was going to hurt you.
I'm like, all right. Good
I
game.
am.
Buy
Kick
your
your
own
ass,
joystick. I don't know.
Oh my god, that was fun. That again, it was more fun.
Yeah, that's a cool game.
It's cool looking. I can't say I would want to own one. That being said,
Right.
but
Isn't that one you basically have to have 2 players to play that, right?
yes,
There's no
Yes.
single player. Yeah.
yeah. I'd actually seen it like on Friday. I'm like, oh, I want to. I need to find somebody to play with on this one because I definitely want to try that. It's so. Yeah, the way that they have it with the mirrors, yeah, really.
Yeah. Then I turn to Andrew after that. I'm like, Andrew, you want in on this? He's like,
I am the warrior champion. I died once, but it's only because I fell into a hole. I didn't know what I was doing. And then after that, I was just kick your ass.
That game pretty much doesn't exist anywhere, yet Steve has 2 of them.
2 of them, I know.
Yeah.
And Griffin has one now too.
Oh,
Does
cat
he?
out of the box, huh?
Oh.
Steve is like the Kalen of Idaho. He just falls into games.
That's right. He can, he can make it rain.
Hmm.
All right, so I will pass it on. I gotta pass it to Brian because he was new there, and he's got the hat, and I can't stop looking at the hat.
The Viking.
Oh, looks
Two-headed
more like
monster.
Can you guys? Oh, can you hear audio at all?
Yeah, we can
Audio,
hear you.
no?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. I was in total awe of that place. It just brought back a lot of memories. The game that I liked the most was probably Crazy Climber because it's been over 30 years since I played it.
Wow.
That's a hard game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I'm pretty good at it.
was cool too.
I got to the 4th building. That's pretty good, right?
Way to own it. Yes.
4th building.
Wow.
Yeah.
I made it to the 2nd building. That was it. But those black and white games were cool too. That frog game, that was cool.
Frogs.
They're just fun to look at, even if you're not even playing.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, but just walking around the whole place, it just brought back a lot of memories. Like, I remember that game. I was looking at, like, I can't really remember any specifics, but
You're cutting in and out, Brian, just so you know. That's why we're
But-
kind of done.
just like so many games brought back memories. Like I just like that game once, but it was just kind of cool.
Every single time I walk into Grinkers, there's a smell, and I just get these shivers when I walk through the door. And it's just like, holy shit, I'm like 13 again.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's awesome.
It's like a time machine.
And what I thought that place like totally legit was there was kids running around throwing quarters into the games. That was just it just brought
there was homecoming couples.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what's that Saturday?
Every year there's a homecoming couples. It's awesome.
yeah.
So,
Good times.
It was pretty crowded Saturday too there, I thought. I mean,
Yeah, it was actually.
I mean, when I first walked in the door around 11 or so, it was like packed with people already.
It's like, families and
Yeah, kids, birthday parties, families, dads getting drunk while the kids are playing games, all that kind of stuff.
And just Brian, if you come back in future years, and this is also for Seabart, if you come next year, don't expect a fucking limo to be picking you up every single time.
Right.
man.
Yeah, I got to be picked up in a limo. That was nice.
Hey, I know people. That was unexpected, but a lot of fun. Yeah.
Oh, you guys picked up in limo?
He came in with John and Fett.
See, I came in with Joe, and we got to
man.
ride the limo too.
That's how I knew Brian
Did
was
you?
there. But Brian was there. I saw John did a Periscope, and I was like, "Holy shit, cousin Brian's here! Cousin Brian's here!"
Yeah. It was funny. I flew from Buffalo to Minneapolis, and my cousin had made all the arrangements for me. My other cousin works for an airline, and it was supposed to go to gate 14 or something when I was in Minneapolis. And when I looked up on the board, it said 19. So I walked over to the there, and I said, "Hey, I'm trying to get to Boise. It says 19, but I was told 14." And then I hear this guy from behind me, "Oh, you're going where I'm going." I turn around, and it's John. We just looked at each other, like, okay. And we just walked down to gate 19, and we started talking a little bit. And then I was flying standby. I think I got the seat on that flight from Minneapolis to Boise. And I was right behind John. He was doing his thing, filming and everything. And then he got off the plane. He goes, "Oh, glad you made it, whatever." And he goes, "You want to grab a beer?" I'm like, He goes, well, I gotta grab my luggage. There's a bar outside where the luggage thing is. I'm like, all right, I'll meet you there. And waited. Sure enough, he came up. We started talking. Had a good cool conversation. And then I'm waiting for that. What they were showing is I'm waiting for that. He's texting. You know, and he's just like pacing back and forth. And then Dave came in, Leo, and before you know it, all of us were like 6-7 beers deep waiting for a fest. So, you know,
Sweet.
good start to the weekend. It was a lot of fun.
And now, do you think this is going to be a yearly thing for you? Or you think you'll be able to do this? Is this something you'd want to
Getting
do?
time off is tough, but this is something I want to do. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
It's pretty awesome, isn't it? I love it because like there's nobody's stuck up. Everybody's just there to have a good time. Remember the old games, play them,
Everybody's friendly.
talk the shit with each other. Yeah, it's just awesome.
It didn't matter where you went. If you walked down to the corner store or over to the supermarket or something, everybody was just really nice. Dave and Chell were calling it Pleasantville. It was just like everybody was just
Pretty much, yeah.
Did you eat at Famous Dave's? You want some really nice people? Go to Famous Dave's. There was like 4 different servers that were like checking on us like every 30 seconds. Oh, can we get you this or this?
Oh my God! It seems like everybody in Idaho is so nice.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's crazy. What are all these
Not like where we live.
No.
Everyone's a dick.
Pretty much. Welcome to California. Now get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate everyone. I hate myself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the property value is too high. It's too expensive to live here. I hate you all, but I'm not leaving. Grr.
Grr. I like it. Like Idaho, you walk up to a crosswalk and the cars actually stop for you, and then you can go across the crosswalk like normal.
Yeah.
California, you can't do that. You just go run right over.
Oh, Northern California. I have to say, Northern California, we're pretty good about the crosswalks. Maybe because we have a lot of maybe it's a lot of lawyers. Well, yeah, because you don't expect anyone to be walking in Southern California because y'all don't walk.
That's true. We try not to.
But the Southern and Carrie again, she said y'all.
Y'all, yeah, exactly.
What is this?
Y'all
Texas?
don't walk.
If we had a decent subway system, then we'd do more walking, but you have to do everything by freeway. That's just the way it is in California.
And the malls are so big, you actually need to go the mall starts at one freeway exit and ends at the next freeway exit.
Yeah, pretty much.
California was built around the freeway, so
Yeah. Ugh.
Yes, the freeway of Missions, El Camino de Real. Originally,
That's a long street.
Yeah, it is a long street. While all the kids there on the East Coast learn about American Revolution and all that sort of stuff, in California the kids learn that it starts with the Mission Project, and we learn about 1849 on.
Yeah. But there's supposed to be missions all along that road. That was the main road, and you ride your little donkey or your horsey or whatever, and you stop at the missions, the rest, and then you get back on your donkey and you go some more. And
you would stop at the local taco truck and have a few, and then go up.
You stop at Taco Bell. That was around at that time. You get a 5-layer burrito, and then you keep getting back on your donkey.
And Mission Stop burritos born there.
Chalupa.
Yeah, I'll take my
Dr. Chalupa.
I'll take my nacho supreme and
the Mexi pizza. There's a melding of cultures.
Untrapped supreme.
We don't call that fusion, Carrie.
Oh, that's right. Yes. You find fusion fare at Taco Bell.
Yeah, they had a Taco Bell at every mission.
They totally did.
Thank
You can
God
tell
for
because of the
that.
bell,
It was sponsored by Taco Bell. What are you talking about?
All right.
Hey, Mr. Cousin Brian, would you like to pass it on to the next person? The only one that's been gone is Carrie, so you can pretty much pick anybody.
Wait, what game? Oh, he's
Unless he's frozen.
Oh, he's frozen, I think.
Yep.
Or he's
He's
holding
frozen.
Or he's holding really, really.
thinking really hard.
Wait, he's
good, though.
reconnecting.
Yeah.
AOL is down.
Oh.
All right, Gak, go ahead. I'll pass it forward.
All right. Well, can I say 2 games? I
No.
can say
Yeah,
one.
go ahead.
All right.
All right. Well, the first one, which I played Thursday night, and then there were some changes in the tournament, so I wound up recommending it in the tournament, and it wound up being in the tournament, was Omega Race Cockpit.
That was fun.
I mean, just the controls and sitting in there like that, it's just awesome. The
That's a pretty fun
gameplay
game.
with your hands, like, to your sides, playing like that just makes it, a lot different, a lot more entertaining, I think.
Yeah.
Scary.
Whoa!
Welcome, Joel.
But the game, how's it going, Griffin?
Good. You guys.
So yeah,
Filling up that garage.
yeah.
Or that shed.
Gak's
The game
never
I
going
was-
to be able to answer.
All right.
Nope.
So the game that really stuck out,
Performance
though,
peak.
the game that I never played before was Route 16. That
Oh, in
was
the back
really
corner
fun.
there.
Yes, that was a
Yeah.
really fun game. So to me, it's like it reminded me of a cross between Venture and Rally X. So like Venture, you leave the room and it zooms out and you can see a bunch of small rooms
Yeah.
and stuff kind of moves around. But then when you go within the room, that's where it reminds me of like Rally X. You can't do like smoke screen or anything, but there's stuff kind of chasing you around a maze. But yeah, that was a lot of fun though. I'd like to keep an eye out for one of those now, actually. So yeah, there you go.
Oh.
And the way the backdrop is behind it, it's like a big curving bezel that's all lit up. That kind of has the maze in there. It's really unique. Yeah,
Very cool.
that was
That's
fun.
cool.
I missed it.
Yeah, I did
So,
too.
yeah,
I
that
didn't,
was-
I didn't remember.
That
It
was
was
the
what-
hidden gem for me.
It was right to, if you looked at their table, the Arcade Outsiders table, to the back left corner.
Mm.
Yeah, Jimbo.
Oh, okay. The other kind of
Jimbo was-
where Jump Bug was in one corner and then that was on the other.
Well, right next to it, Jimbo was playing Revenge of Doe, I think, right?
Oh, that
Yes.
one.
Yeah, I was
It
going
was
to
right
do
next to
that.
Revenge of Doe. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember looking over at that and being like, "What a weird ass game."
Yeah, and that's what I
you
thought too.
came over. That's what
Yes.
happened. You came over. Yeah, because we were playing
That was like
yeah.
the second time I played. You and Andrew were playing Revenge of Doe, and so I started playing that too.
Ah, that
And
makes
all the
sense.
weird ass games are always the good ones too.
Yeah, that
They
that
tend
to
to
me
be-
was the total hidden gem there. I never saw it or played it before, and I was like, oh, this is actually really fun.
Bonus.
Yep. So with that said, I'll pass it on to. Well, I can't say Seabart. Let's go, Brad.
Oh.
I'm gonna pick one that I played at the Prototype tournament. Can you guys guess which one that Steve now has that was in the Prototype tournament? The Cats.
Oh.
And I did play it in the Prototype, and I was like, "Damn, I really like this game." And then Steve had it as well. I was like, "Well, I still like this game."
I'm trying to
Anybody
think of what that might have been.
I don't think he had it before. I don't remember it being there before. I mean, it could have been one
Solar
he had.
Quest, maybe?
That's the one.
Yeah.
Ding ding
Yeah, that's a
ding.
phone, yeah.
Yeah,
Is
Solar
that, what,
Quest.
is that color or is it a color overlay? I can't remember. Is it blue or is it full color? Yeah,
One of the two.
yeah. I think it's like a color overlay to make it blue. But yeah, that was a cool one for sure.
Yeah,
I think I even heard.
I thought it was only like when someone was talking to me at Prototype that I thought it was just, I didn't think it was rare. I thought it was an actual Prototype game.
No,
And then it showed up at Steve's. I was like, oh, okay, this is a Prototype.
it's just super rare. That's
it is a black and white vector, it says.
okay.
So
So it's kind of like I think what they do with Asteroids Deluxe, and they have like a color overlay on it.
yeah, I just really like the aspect of picking the things up after you shot. The dots that float around. A lot of people didn't realize that's what you did. You shoot the enemies, and then they let out this little dot. And you actually go up and you pick those dots up for points.
Wow. It's like collecting their skulls or something.
But
Yeah,
that's also your weapon. It's a
Grim.
weapon too.
yeah, it's a weapon too. It's cool. Actually,
Yeah,
that's one of the things I liked about Space Encounter when I first played it at Steve's a couple years ago, and why I got one, is you shot the enemies in that one, and their ships kind of crumpled up, and then you could actually shoot the remains of their ships as it was falling down as well.
Huh.
So if you actually could time things right, you could get double points for the kind of the same. I thought was pretty cool. Yeah, I mean there were so many games there. I mean I could have said Frogs because that was pretty cool.
What
Yeah,
a
there's-
nice cabinet Frogs was.
The Frogs,
wasn't
the
it?
cabinet's just like that was
I mean,
amazing.
it was just immaculate. The inside, everything. It looked like
Yeah.
a brand new machine almost.
Yeah, I mean I've been in the black and whites for a couple years now, but the ones that do the mirror with the background effect in it, like Warlords or Frogs, I mean that stuff's just killer.
Asteroids Deluxe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah,
are
that's
cool.
that's gorgeous.
The effect it's amazing how well that effect works.
Mm-hmm.
For such a simple thing. It's just a mirror with a cardboard sitting behind it, but it just works so well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Warriors.
Yeah, Warriors. Yeah, that was a beautiful game too.
That it wasn't a beautiful. Yeah, that's why I
Yeah.
had to play it and kick Jim's ass.
Now, when you're playing Jim, did you force him down the pits with your sword? Were you guys able to?
No,
do
I just
that?
hacked him. I just fucking hacked him.
Okay,
in
you
half.
just wiped
I turned him into dust, and he like.
because you can push each other with
I
your
mean, pretty
sword.
little
interesting.
sparky
And you
thing.
can push people into the pit. That's
Oh,
another.
I turned into a
strategy.
firework.
Oh, you know what? Next year, Monk, you and I, we're gonna have to play.
I suck at it.
That should actually be a tournament game, like for like a bracket game, not
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Grinkers
yeah.
normal tournament.
Yeah,
Like-
you
like
have
a
to play
Street
two
Fighter
players.
bracket.
There's no AI in that game.
And
If you
there
put in a
need-
quarter, it's 2-player.
There needs to be a not a typical tournament game. There needs to be like a one of the side ones is like a round robin or something like that. I think would be cool.
That's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
do a bracketed like you would for a Street Fighter tournament, but do it for a game like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, and he has the second one in the back room. I don't think it was working yet, but or like the 4 Burger Times. You could do the same thing with that, or 4 Galagas, or 4 all the other ones.
Yeah,
we
we
had.
talked about it a little bit last year, where there's other games too, like that Space Invaders 2 and Joust and Mario Brothers. Those could all be kind of head-to-head style games that aren't traditionally,
Yeah, I think that'd
Cyberball.
be fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, the Burger Time tournament never happened, did it?
No, what was up with that? Why were there so many burger times?
They had one like a week before or a few days
He
before.
did, but
Oh,
he
is that
kept,
what it was?
he told me he was planning on doing one on the
He wanted
Saturday, and he actually mentioned it during one of the talks, like one of their shows. He mentioned that they were going to do like a surprise Burger Time side tournament, and it never happened. I don't think.
And the winner gets one of the 4 cabinets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
with free shipping to your house, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you put that in the overhead?
When Dave and I showed up on Thursday, all 4 of those
Wait,
cabinets
who are
were
you?
out
What happened to your Viking friend?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a Fred Flintstone hat.
he was a Canadian there for a minute.
I thought maybe it was one of the 2-headed monsters from Sesame Street.
No, he's a member of the Royal Order of the Buffalo from
Fred, yeah,
Red Rock.
Flintstones, right? Yeah.
How's it go?
He's a, he's a
With the secret
Canadian.
handshake.
Nice.
Isn't that a mostly Canadian hat?
No, but when Dave and I showed up on, he had all 4 Burger Time cabinets out in front. They weren't even in the arcade. They were. I mean, he was
Yeah,
busting his ass. Like 5 or 6 guys just moving stuff around and throwing cords off the ceiling, just trying to plug stuff in and everything. I mean, tough.
Yeah, they were all trying to get other games to work, and they were just getting games out of their way because even later on Thursday, there was still like a dozen plus cabinets sitting outside.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
Even Friday night
Blueprint
at
was
4
one of
o'clock in the
them.
morning. I was leaving at 4 o'clock in the morning. There was like 10 cabinets outside. I'm like, I guess they just leave these things out here.
Yeah. Idaho's so honest they wouldn't steal. Like in
right?
California, you put anything out front, that means free.
Yeah, right, exactly. Urban recycling, we call it.
Yeah. I call it stealing.
I know, right?
That's a strong word.
But yeah.
Okay, so I guess I was the last one, so I'm just gonna pick something. Let's go, Jimbo.
Ah, boo. No.
Let's get this.
Oh wait, no.
Get this part of it over with.
Yeah, you might as well. I was gonna say Warrior, but
Boring.
not. Yeah. But
Copycat.
It's one of the advantages to going early. Oh, nobody said that you couldn't duplicate answers, but
That's true.
No.
But now everyone knows that I kicked your ass at Warrior. So
But I didn't. Yeah. Let's play Street Fighter next time.
well, you know, I'm a Mortal Kombat girl, so what can you expect?
Well, we can play that too. Because you haven't
Don't make me practice. I know I put my J around.
I noticed you don't like the block button very much in that game. So.
There's a what?
Yeah.
I'm all
the
about
stupid white button right in the center. It's the worst button placement ever. What's I gonna? I didn't. You know, to be fair, I didn't play. We talked about this, but I ended up playing a lot of games that I own because I don't know why I do this. But I didn't play a lot of new games. I didn't do the tournament. I just played whatever I wanted to play and didn't worry about the tournament. But other than Warrior, I was happy that I played a shit ton of Arkanoid, and Hat-Trick was nice enough to change all the dips to what they should be. And actually, I got a kick out of that because it was set up for 4 lives and continues were on. And I went to Steve and I'm like, "Don't worry, Steve. This will benefit you because it's going to be harder, no continues, and less lives." And he's like, "Oh, okay."
Nice.
Like, yes, games will not last as long, even if they. But that spinner is like hyper. It was way too sensitive. It's like super. Like this is how I play the game. There was like no spinning.
Yeah.
Hat-Trick's like comes over and he's like, "Whoa, shit, yeah, that's too sensitive." But I played a lot of Arkanoid, so I was happy to see that game there.
Almost every time I walked by Arkanoid, I saw you standing there playing.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
And the games last a long time too. That's the other thing. So like one game might last, 20, 30 minutes. I did have one of my best endurance, like long lasting games. I got through 20 levels, and I haven't. I've never made it to the second sub boss before, and so that was new for me. And it wasn't a high scoring game, but it was a very, very good game. But yeah, I'm happy that he's got that game there. He'll have to do something about that spinner if I ever want to go for a world record. But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. It was good to play that in that sort of an environment and I showed Andrew some of my tricks and stuff, how to get a big score, and so it was a good time. So that's all I got. It was great to see, like everyone was saying, it was great to see the expansion, all of those new games, and just how many freaking games are there, and most of them are working and they're all in good shape. I mean, when we get off this question, I'm sure we all have goofy stories, but I will say that as a little segue, one of my favorite moments was playing Double Dragon with a kid that was about this tall, and showing him.
Happy? Oh,
he's not even here to defend Connor.
Did you teach the little kid that elbow move?
I did, and I'm telling him, okay, you can hit it early, it'll stick, and it works on every. Yep. Yeah, we finished the game. Oh, actually, I went to listen to
that move.
Again, I got to what was I going to say? When we finished the game, or we got all the way to the end, and it gets to the part where you're right before you rescue Marion, and you have to fight each other. And we got to that point, and that was when I wanted to listen to the podcast. So I'm like, all right, now you can just kick my butt, and then you rescue the girl. And he's like, okay. And I walked away.
What a good guy you are.
It was honestly, it was one of my, because I had moments like that when I was a kid. I remember teenagers like the nicer ones showing me stuff and being like, this is how you do this, and playing beat 'em ups and stuff and helping out. So it was very nostalgic for me to be on the opposite end of that. And then, because he was just playing by himself, he was like one player and he was struggling. I'm like, I I can't walk past this.
Maybe
cool.
someday,
So anyway,
he'll be like the Double Dragon champion, and there't be a documentary about him, and he'll be like,
Some
I remember
strange
this.
dude with a really big nose helped me.
You know what the hardest part of that game too is? I think is near the very end.
The pillars.
You got to go by all those traps.
Yeah,
like
pillars.
yeah, things
And the
that
pokers.
stick out, and the pokers. Yeah, the guys that poke the spears. That's such a pain in the ass. That
Oh
part.
yeah, and you get hit by one, and it's like half your life.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous. It's
yeah.
totally a place to eat your quarters. I think to.
At least Steve had the lives set generous. I mean, you got 3 lives instead of 2, so there's
okay.
that. But yeah, I don't know. We did once. I showed him a couple of things. We were and the elbow. We were, we got pretty far pretty quick. So, anyways, and there's only 4 levels to that game. But anyhow, that's all I got. It was a fucking awesome time. So, yeah. But has anyone not gone?
I haven't gone.
All right. Do it up, Steve.
Griffin hasn't gone either.
Oh, yeah, Griffin hasn't gone either.
He's muted, working on games, and
Well,
and
I
he only
tripped.
stayed for 2 days. No.
I tripped across a game that I have not seen or played in years, except for on my MAME cabinet. But seeing a real one actually in the wild, I should say. Yeah, it always goes back to MAME.
It can't be better than name, though.
Games.
And it was a cocktail, which I've never seen before. But it came out before the Galaga craze. It's called Space Firebird. I don't know if you guys have ever played it. You guys ever heard of that one?
That's a Nintendo.
Yeah. It's early Nintendo game, and it's a space shooter where you control a space shooter that goes back and forth. But instead of just going left and right, when it gets to the edges, it kind of goes up a little bit to help try to dodge the enemies. Enemies move sort of like Galaga, but they're like little birds, and they drop bombs that when you shoot them, they explode in pieces, sort of like in Donkey Kong 3 when you got the spray and you shoot those ones that break apart. It's very similar to that.
Okay.
And there's giant birds that fly around and stuff. And the sound effects I just thought are really cool. I don't know. It's just a nostalgic game for me. I just like playing it a lot when I was a kid, and it was just neat to see. So I'm like, yeah, it was a cocktail there. I've never seen the cocktail. And I'm like, oh my God. So I ran and got Paul, which that was his favorite game. I went, Paul, you got to see this. And I go, look, because he was asking me, he's all, yeah, they have almost everything except for Space Firebird.
There's one of those up for sale by me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and a few years back, there was one 3 houses down. They just left it out front to get rid of it.
Oh, wow.
But I had 6 cocktails at the time, and I was like, fuck the cocktails. I couldn't even get rid of the ones I had. And I was like, I don't want another one.
Does that one have a kind of a weird control panel where it's like a plastic molded one that's at an odd angle? Like
it's a lot of that one that we talked about where it's like straight in front of you, you know, those stupid things.
Right.
But the artwork on that game is pretty cool on the stand up. It has like this cool looking Firebird Phoenix looking thing and stuff. It's pretty cool. But
that's a cabaret, isn't it? Did they actually do a full upright?
Yeah, I think they did. I'm pretty sure they did. I'm trying to think. No, it's a really old game though. But a fun one. So I really liked that a lot, and I also really liked what was the other one? This game called Skydiver. It was in the tournament. I don't know if you guys played it, but I've never played one before. I've never seen one before actually. And I just love that you hold onto this ripcord thing.
Right.
And yank it.
That's awesome.
You yank it and then control it. I don't know. There's something really fun about that. It's just an old black and white game. But
was that one the Owen Rubin one? I can't remember if that one.
No, Keith won the high score.
No. Owen Rubin, the creator.
Owen Rubin made that game.
The creator. Yeah. I think you're right.
He was that was one of his first games, I thought.
Yeah, it's
he talked about making a splat sound.
Yeah, it was neat watching the wind hitting the flags, so you can't control it as good. And I don't know, it's just a lot of fun. We played that one a lot, just and Keith got addicted to it, and he got number 1 score on it for the tournament. Awesome. And that's one of the good scores that won him the first place in the black and white. Which
he's lucky.
Yay, one of us won.
He's lucky I didn't play.
Yeah, I know. I said, Orange isn't playing, so you know, you
is
got
your
this.
chance,
You
buddy.
got this.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but yeah, Grinkers was just so much fun as always. So Paul came over here and we started drinking at my bar, and then Keith came and picked us up, and we went to his house to play pins, and then we went to the airport and then started drinking at the airport, and then Joe showed up, and then we started drinking some more, and then we got on our flight.
Leaving.
Yeah, I didn't know we haven't left yet. Then we got on the plane, and I upgraded my seats to business class for all of us, and we were right behind Joe. Joe's in first class because he what do you call it? Upgraded his ticket.
Wow.
Since he had to pay for the
They
first
probably
one.
just saw he was a famous arcade outsider. Just
Yeah. He did so because he had luggage that he had to bring on, so it was just better just to upgrade. You know, it's another $50. So anyway, he's in first class and he's getting cookies and towelettes and pesto dip and all this other shit. But I get my beer and he still hasn't got his beer yet, and he turns around all, hey, what the fuck? You get your beer before me.
That's right, fuck face. That's what happens when you actually pay for your ticket.
So I don't know if you saw in his video he posted, but like we're in his video of like a split second, because he's filming the takeoff, and actually Keith was filming it, out the window. So that was fun. And then when we landed, we got separated from Joe, and Keith had to deliver some. Keith actually had business in Idaho. Can you believe it? He's dropping off some samples for his business that he does, and we got started from Joe, and then I'm just sitting there. I called the shuttle to pick us up, and then we're waiting. And then all of a sudden I get another phone call from Joe, and he's like, hey, where are you guys? I got a limo here. And I'm like, oh, shit. Okay, I'll cancel the shuttle. So I called back to the hotel, and I canceled it, and they radioed to them, and we all piled into the limo and had a nice limo ride to the hotel. So that was great. It was just a lot of fun. So that was the start of our adventure.
Limo ride every time there, mister.
What's that?
We'll expect that limo ride every time.
Yeah, I'm expecting it. I thanked Steve when I saw him. I'm like, hey, thanks for the limo ride. I know it was for Joe, but we all piled in. He's like, oh, yeah, no problem. But yeah, it was just a great time, and I'm kind of bummed I didn't stay later the first couple of nights. But after started drinking at 11 o'clock, and by the time it was like 1:30, I'm like, oh, I gotta get some sleep. I gotta rest. So, but you definitely made it up for it on Saturday night, I think. So, Carrie and Jim aren't there, but yeah, I partied. Oh, there's Jim. Okay, yeah, we partied pretty hard on Saturday. We'll talk about those stories later.
I love that story.
Someone falling over and hitting their head on the concrete.
Oh,
it sounds like a watermelon.
Where's Andrew? Get that. Why is he not in here?
I know.
He's got all of the details to that.
Yeah. Well, we were all there. I was with Andrew when it happened, but yeah. But anyway, it was just a great time, and I look forward to it every time, and it was just.
It goes too fast.
I gotta wait another whole year.
Yeah, right.
Well, you heard me. I don't think we should have to wait a whole year. Why? Especially with AO dropping. Fuck it. Why don't we do that twice a year or 3 times a year instead of jumping? Going to all these other places. We all know that that's our favorite event, anywaes. Come on.
It's easiest for me to get to. I'm all for it.
Just to hang out for even if it wasn't an event, just go there to hang out with 10, 12 people.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's what Dave was saying. I mean, he loved Brofest, but he said that Grinkers was everybody was in the same room, so you could walk around.
You couldn't walk 10 feet without interacting with someone, like popping in.
Right.
Yeah.
That's probably part of the reason why I didn't play a whole lot of games. You would spend so much time talking to people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like some people like Sam who sits at the corner of the bar the whole night. Play one game. I go, hey, I just left you here, and you're still here.
I felt like I had to make a conscious effort to not sit at the bar.
Yeah, because I know I'm just going to
sit there. I'm not moving.
I'm going to get super hammered if I sit here the whole time.
Right? Yeah.
So
Try to keep moving around, play games.
Yeah, I agree. I did that just to mix it up. So I ran into someone who I've talked to before on the forums of Clove, but I've never met in person, and that was Slick Nick, and him and his wife, and they're super cool, really nice peoples, and it was just kind of cool when you finally get to connect the person with the person on Clove,
right?
So he actually sent me a little shout out to him. He sent me an Outrun. Let's see if thing it's the cap that goes right in the middle, of the steering wheel. I was missing that, so thank you.
Funny little sidebar there. He told me at Grinkers, he's all yeah, it was kind of funny. John came up to me, and he went up and talked to John, or how it worked out. They were chatting, and he said, oh yeah, that's right. You do those the coasters, right? The Tapper coasters and stuff, and he's like, yeah, and he's like, so how's that working out for you? And he's like, wait, you think that's like a business? Like that's all he gets his income from?
That's all I do?
It's just funny, like the perspective that, John doesn't know that, that's just like a little side thing he does.
Just for fun,
for fun, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they have a graphic design business.
Yeah,
and his wife do. So, does he make the coasters that they fit right inside the Tapper?
Yeah, you trim them out, and then they'll fit in the.
Okay, because I've seen those. I didn't know that was him. When I was at Joe's house when we did that repair thing, he had them inside there. So I thought they were really cool looking. But then you don't want to put a beer on it,
It's
it's just something cool to look at.
Yeah.
Before Grinkfest, I asked him. I told him I'd buy a set of the pole position stickers, and he said, "Yeah, I'll just bring the set with me. That way we don't have to ship them." I'm like, "Awesome." And I get there, he's like, "Oh, dude, I forgot them." And I'm like, "Oh, no worries. Let's do it later." And then, like halfway through, he just all of a sudden reached around and handed me a package with all the stickers in it.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it was totally cool. So shout out to him there as well.
It's like Nick, you're awesome.
Yep. Oh, hey, we're friends on Facebook already too.
Yeah, I sent him a link to all my special effects and stuff as a thank you. So
cool.
Awesome.
And shameless plug. This is the last week for my special effects. So if you want to get them, come to YouTube, Mock the Magic Man, and check out the effects there. Okay, plug's over.
Go plug away, man.
End plug.
Oh, there's a new. Okay, a little bit more plug. New pumpkins this year are Oogie Boogie's song from Nightmare Before Christmas. Instead of the middle pumpkin, it looks like Oogie Boogie's face. So that's kind of fun. So a lot of kids seem to like that one. And
my kid, I've watched that thing 1,000 times already.
So I put up a poll this year to find out what song I should do next. And I had stuff in there like Weird Science and AC/DC, Highway to Hell, and Scary Monsters, Super Creeps from David Bowie, and stuff like that. But the one that won, that's the one. The one that won that everybody wants the most is Time Warp from Rocky Horror Picture Show, which that really shocked me. But that one won by a landslide.
Wow.
So that's probably what I'll be doing next year.
The other one I remember it was like a skull that would talk. It was like a sound clip from what's the name of that band? But they're like, I got nobody.
what's
like it's the head without the body with the Van Halen.
Oh,
they sing that. It's like a throwback song.
It's Diamond Dave, right? It's when David Lee Roth and separate, I think.
Yeah. Oh, was it solo stuff?
Okay.
I ain't got nobody.
Yeah. Nobody. Oh yeah, that's Eat 'Em and Smile album, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But it's kind of a play on words because it's just a head only, so nobody. Correct.
Could do that. Godhead.
Well, we've got one last Grinkfest participant here. Who
Griffin
seems to be hanging out in the back of his What would you call that? The She-Cade or something like that?
The man who could
I think it was the She-Cade. I think that's what he was calling it.
he could defend castles because he's English.
You're muted. You're muted, Joel.
You're welcome.
Oh, he's gone.
There he's back. He's on his side.
Unmute.
Side boner.
Someone unmute him.
He can unmute himself. He's a big boy.
Yeah, he's a big boy. He can unmute himself.
There
There
you
you go.
There you go. All right. You guys know how to turn down the volume on a Z-Back? I've got a Mortal Kombat in here right now. There's nothing on the board. And I haven't seen a pot in the cab either. Any ideas? Is it all menu driven?
Yeah. Well, I know with Mortal Kombat 3, it's all menu driven.
Huh.
So I would assume 2 is probably the same.
All right. I'm trying to work that out. Just picked up a 25-inch for this. You guys see that?
Ooh, a 25-incher.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Go for my buddy, $100.
Nice.
What's up with the love for Mortal Kombat lately? It's going crazy.
I know. Look at that. Crafty Mac got one. Now you have one.
Yeah.
Carrie has
Now's
one.
the time. I guess now's the time to buy Street Fighter.
Right? Yeah, I wasn't looking for Mortal Kombat, but this guy had this cab and the Shinobi over here for $200 for both cabs. So
Are you going to keep that as Shinobi?
yeah, I gave it to Keith actually on Sunday night, and he's taken the board to repair it. But no, I'm not going to keep this cab as Shinobi. This is going back to Galaxian. Original Galaxian stuff. To do that.
What's the difference between holy shit, that's loud?
What the?
Can you
hear me? Someone doing a bong or something?
Whoa.
Something like
That's
that.
an ass creek there.
Can y'all hear me?
What the fuck is
that's
that?
Buffett's
Oh,
beard.
it's the side of his face.
I hope it was
Buffett's crack.
What was that?
Wash my eyes. Gotta go wash my eyes.
Wash my eyes.
God, I got no ass. My girlfriend's like, why can't you grow an ass?
I think I just saw it.
Can you all hear me?
Shit,
Man versus ass.
We can hear you and we saw too much of you.
nice, Steve.
to this night's episode of Bits of Buffett.
Yeah, a bit. Yeah. What the fuck were we just talking about? I just totally lost my train of thought.
Can you all hear me now?
We're talking about
Yes.
We
Shinobi.
can hear you, Buffett.
All right. Well, I'll clear out Mortal Kombat for you.
Okay,
There's a pot on the soundboard.
The pot on the soundboard.
There's a pot on the soundboard. Mortal Kombat 1 is pot driven only. There
No,
is
he's talking about MK2.
2. This is 2.
MK2 is on screen driven.
Okay.
that's what we-
Going to the
How
test
do you
menu.
get? How do I get into the menu on that game? I've never.
Dip 8 on on the second dip switch settings.
Dip it.
There's 2 dip switches in there. 2 dip switch banks. It's
Yeah.
the last dip, I think, on the second one. Dip
Oh
8.
shit! Dave joined just in time.
Boom. Just like that, huh?
Coincidence? I think not. Dave's like, I sense that Buffett's going to give us some peek. My question to you guys: what's the difference between a Galaxian cab and a pack cab, like physically? Because they look identical.
If you look at the
One's
mist,
white.
it's
Well,
that one.
It's the contour on the front's a little bit different, and I think it's just either a little bit deeper or a little bit narrower. I can't remember.
Well, we all know the ladies have got more curves, and here's the proof right here.
Well, Pack and Miss Pack are 2 different cabs.
Right. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like, what's the difference between a pack and a Galaxian?
Well,
Other
it's,
than
it's the curve in the front, the points on the control panel, and I think the depth as well. I think.
Okay. Fuck. So all by itself, it'd be hard to tell unless you had them side by side.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Definitely shallower on the Galaxian. If Miss
Well,
Pac,
I mean,
same.
because my Arkanoid, I always thought was in a pack cab. I would assume because there were more packs than Galaxians. I assume out there.
Yeah, I guess.
I would assume.
Sure. So hang on, I gotta put the camera back so you can look at my nose again. Yeah.
You have to answer the question, Joel.
Yeah, the question, what was it, like the game at Grinkers that I played that I've never played before? Is that what it is?
Just the one that you thought was the coolest out of the new stuff.
Never played Alpine Ski before because I wasn't there the year before when it was in the tournament and everyone was doing it. So I was quite enjoying playing that. I was playing that with Gak for a little while. And once you got used to that real quirky control, it was actually pretty fun. But first of all, it was super frustrating, because you have to really sort of get used to that left and right on the joystick. But I liked it. Super simple game. Anything that's super simple that you can just play immediately without having to learn it is a good game, I think. So
that's why I like Black and Whites.
Yeah. I got to play a Mega Race for the first time as well in the cockpit, and I really enjoyed playing that in the cockpit. I haven't played it on a stand-up, so I don't know if it's as much fun, but definitely enjoyed that. There are definitely some games that in the cockpit, they're just a completely different game. Star Wars, I don't particularly like Star Wars in a stand-up format, but in the cockpit, it's a lot of fun with the sound all around you and,
that ambient. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. So I don't know if a Mega Race is as good on the stand-up, but I certainly enjoyed sitting down. I like the way the controls were right down at your side. You kind of just in that sort of chill, sort of I'm a starfighter kind of position. I imagine that's the position starfighters are in when they're fighting in the stars. That's how they.
I think that's common knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm starfighting. I like to have my hands in a relaxed position down by my sides. Yeah. So that was it for me. And actually, I got to talk to Clint this year as well. When he actually stopped and talked to me, I felt quite privileged.
I've never seen. I saw Clint smile more this Grinkfest than any other event.
Yeah, he was almost social. Almost.
Yeah, right.
He's getting to know us. That's why.
I'm glad I didn't disappoint him with eyes. I was gonna feel terrible because
making him sit up till 3 a.m.
That poor guy was yawning and yawning and yawning. Oh God.
He asked me to go get him an ice cream, so I had to go get him an ice cream when he was doing your
I demand an ice cream sandwich. No.
he's like he waves me over. He's like, Brad, do you think you can get me an ice cream?
Get me an ice cream. No.
Get me an ice cream. I like that. Like just leaving it open. You just show up with like a little tiny little spoon about this big. I came
back with the menu. Grinkers had a menu, and I just held it in front of his face. And he just went and pointed at one.
I forgot that they were even doing the ice cream thing, other than seeing the signage in the front.
Yeah,
but like I didn't see. But then, but Crafty's story or Andrew's story about Crafty getting pissed off at his name, fucking Ken House, as he's eating Crafty's eating his ice cream. He's like, just all like, as Ken House is like, yeah, pretty much. Steam's coming out of his ears like a Bugs Bunny cartoon.
Yeah, I had an ice cream sandwich at one point. It was pretty tasty.
I had a root beer float. I have to have at least one.
Something.
It was good.
It was real good. Yeah.
So, Griffin, we now have Mr. Dave from Buffalo, who also attended Grinkfest.
Yes.
/ Grinkers 2016.
And provided food.
Mr. Herman, you have a telephone.
Oh, that reminds me. The crock pot's still in the back of my truck, and it's all fucking moldy.
Is it full of hot dogs?
I'm going to get that out of there.
Dave, it's funny because before you sent me that PM on Clav, I needed that to jog my memory because I'm like, oh, that's right. I was pretty lit up when I was talking about Pee-wee at that point.
Yeah, you're like, do you have a Blu-ray player? And I'm like, yeah, I do. I have extra Blu-rays of Pee-wee Herman. Do you want one? I'm like, yeah, I'll take it.
I was probably this close to you. I was so lit. I remember starting it that way, but until you sent me a PM, I totally like it totally skipped my memory.
Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it.
Did anybody make it to Time Runner's room? Because I didn't ever get a chance to get over to it.
Fuck no.
I think that's why all the booze was left over for Sunday morning.
Yeah, I know there's a lot left.
John crashed our room and stayed until like 4:30 in the morning Thursday night. So I mean, there was no way to get out of there. I was expecting Andrew, and then all of a sudden John comes in right, and Andrew's like giving me this look like, "Sorry, man." He intervened and.
Griffin, we got a request from YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Gleek wants to see your warrior. You have a warrior, apparently.
No,
no, not a warrior. Warlords.
Warlords. Okay.
Oh wait, no, you
we earlier.
We need to get Dave to answer the question first.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
I don't even know if the garage is open or not.
So, Dave, the question, I don't know if you saw it, the question is, what was your favorite game this year? One of his new games.
Yeah, before this is the first beer I've had, I'm not lying, since Sunday at Grinkers.
Liar!
I call bullshit.
I swear to God, this is the first beer, and I haven't had one of these either. I'm about to have
one.
Start
Sorry, Dave. We don't tolerate lies on this show.
Yeah, we don't tolerate liars.
I swear to God. I swear. I came
There's
home with a little bit of sickness. That's why.
There's the Warlords. Did you mean Warlords?
Now
I think Mock accidentally said warrior earlier. I think that's what happened.
Yeah, so you don't need to show us your shitty
We were talking about how rare warrior is, and warriors or warrior. What is it? Which is it? Warrior?
Warrior.
And Steve had two of them, and then Mock said, "Oh, but Griffin just got one." I was like,
I was thinking warlords for some reason. Sorry.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even drunk or anything. I just stupid.
but now you just need 4 people all the time. That's
yeah. Friends are tough. They're harder to come by. Games are easy, but friends are rough.
You know what though? To be fair, like now that I think about it, though, I would totally pick up one of those, because if you think about it, obviously I have fewer games because they're all in fucking storage, but you guys that have the space right now for all these games, I'm sure you have your favorites that you play more than all the other games. So a lot of the time they don't get a lot of play until you have like a party. So in that regards, like what big of a difference really is it to have a game that requires few people versus having plenty of 1- and 2-player games that you just don't play until there's a party?
Yeah, I rarely play my vids anyway. I play my pins if I'm going to play anything. So that's...
The vids are just to lure in the little school children that live around.
Teen Center?
Teen Center. Teen Center 2.
Yeah.
Well, Dave, this is the first time I've had. I bought a case of Liftbridge's Farm Girl since Grinkers, but that doesn't say much of anything because I've been drinking beer basically daily.
No, this is it. I can't tell you the last time I haven't had a beer or a cigarette in over a week.
What'd you drop? About 40 pounds?
I know. I should have gotten on the scale.
Have you ever done one of those like 30-day things where they're like no drinking for 30 days? And because I haven't.
Right.
The closest thing I came to giving up alcohol was when I did that diet and I was still drinking vodka club sodas. Remember that shit? Be like, Mock, you drinking vodka tonight? Because I am.
I remember one night, Mock was lit up pretty good on vodka club sodas.
The Devo hat came out a couple times.
Yeah, the Devo hat came out. That's a good sign that I'm pretty lit.
So, Dave, did you ever get to say your game? No, you didn't. Did you?
I was listening on YouTube while the computer was warming up, and Mock took my game, my absolute favorite, who I've looked at every single day since I've been back, a Skydiver.
Oh, isn't that fun?
I love that game. I loved all the black and white games. I loved Seawolf. I loved Blue Shark. I love Boot Hill. I thought all the black and whites were awesome. But Skydiver was my absolute favorite.
I love the handle, the metal handle. You just go yank, yank.
It's
Wait
great.
a second, Dave, was it you that when we were a bunch of us standing around, you didn't realize you could move left and right on it? At one point,
No, it was Blind Dog. He didn't know he could move left or right.
Oh, there's that. Right?
Yeah. He was like, I go. The only reason I know is the guy with the sideburns just told me how to do it. I forgot what was it, Kenneth or Kurt? Yeah, he always had the plaid shirt on. You know what I'm talking about? What was his name? He was from Arizona because we saw him the next day when me and Brian couldn't get on our flight. We spent an extra day. We spent an extra day in Idaho.
I drove him back on to the hotel on Thursday night. Oh, I don't drink. I'm so bad with names.
I
think it was Kenneth. Is that right? Does anybody know?
I'm not
sure. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, he had the black rim glasses and the burns, the big sideburns.
Yeah, big sideburns. Yeah.
Yeah, always had like a flannel on.
Yeah, he was good people. He was cool.
He was totally cool.
I brought him back for a hot dog. I'm like, do you like hot dogs? Yeah. Come back in the back room. There's hot dogs back here.
I'll show you a fucking hot dog in this back room.
You know what's funny is when John was doing his video out in the back and that crock pot was sitting out there and he lifted it and all that grease. I know that because that's the way it is every year at my Mancation poker thing. The next day, the crock pot's full of grease and it's And I remember my brother-in-law, he dumped, there was like about 10 of them left, and he dumps them in the toilet, and it all clogs the toilet. I go, what are you doing? he flushes it, and I'm like, it's just, they're not going anywhere. It's like there's 10 hot dogs.
Spinning on the toilet.
Yeah, on Saturday, they were all outside still. Like, I'm surprised an animal didn't come and fucking eat them. It was it was out by the sidewalk, and there was like fucking 8 hot dogs left in the damn thing. So I went out there with tongs, I pulled them all, put them in the garbage, and I dumped the juice out. But I didn't.
What wild animals are in Idaho? Like California, we have like a lot of critters and stuff. But what does Idaho have?
Oh, they'll have lots of animals in Idaho.
Yeah,
they're very nice.
Potato bugs.
Yeah.
Well, they'll have your raccoons and your marsupials. There's a lot of fucking hunting. There's a lot of hunting in Idaho. Up the mountain, there's mountains. I mean, not too far. Like right outside the city, there's lots of mountains.
No, but this is literally my first beer since Grinkers.
Yeah, mine too.
Congratulations, dude.
Can cousin Brian say the same thing?
Oh God, no! He was drinking. He's been drinking all last week.
All right, Dave. This one's for you.
By the way, Dave, how'd you get home when I ran into you at the airport? How did you finally get home?
Dude, we went back to the Hilton. We spent another night, and then we went back to Grinkers.
Did you really?
I saw your photo that you were there.
Yeah. Well, what happened is, it's like I've been in these situations before with standby, and I'm like, Brian, I go, we could be here all fucking day, and then maybe take an all-nighter and then get stuck somewhere else, and then we might as well just go back and reset and do it the next day. So we did that. We went back to Grinkers, and then and I wish I took video. Because then me and Brian were the only people left besides the bartender, and the place was a total different. I should have.
That's weird.
What? Yeah, and we were just like, I should have taken video of this.
There's like nobody there.
No, it's just the bartender and me and Brian and the staff.
So
I wish I could have come back too, because I was still in town. But I was with my kid at a Halloween thing.
Yeah, it was Sunday night, but then I eventually got home. The next day, but Brian, they sent him to, he got home the next day, but late. We sent him to Seattle because he was using our cousin's Delta Pass, and we didn't get on the first flight. So he went to Seattle, and then he ended up buying a ticket one way from Seattle to Buffalo because they told him he wasn't going to get out till the next day.
Yeah, it was a big mess because of they canceled all his flights the day before. So Keith and I almost got bumped off our flight, even though we had tickets.
I'm so glad that mine were on time because I had that stupid 4-hour layover. I don't know what I was thinking. I think there weren't many options for flights at a reasonable price this year for going back, and I was like, I'm going home. I can do I can do a layover like that, but
4 hours.
I was the last person. I swear, I'm the last person to leave, and it was just awkward because like everyone's gone. It's just crickets. Like you're expecting like tumbleweed to like go past the Hilton.
Yeah.
I leave. My flight was at 2:30, and then I had a 4-hour layover in Denver, and didn't get home until like midnight.
And doesn't Grinkers close early on Sunday? I think.
This was Monday. This is Monday.
Yeah, they closed at like 8 on Sunday, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 8.
I was there like the last year, I think, and I was there till it closed at 8. And it was the same thing. There was nobody else there. It was my wife and I, and then the bartenders. That's it. It's a very quiet place when you're there on a Sunday at late.
And none of your friends are there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All your little friends have gone home.
Where everybody knows your name.
Yeah.
Well, when me and Brian went back to Grinkers, I'm like, they're all going to be there. We get there, and there's nobody there.
Yeah.
Well, Sam was there. Everyone was already there. Then they came back, but they were going to dinner. And I was like, it was fine. It was all good.
When it's over, it's over.
But it was,
Yeah, Grinkers.
I loved it, but it was.
The Grinkers the day after is like it feels so different. It feels so weird. I mean, it's fun to go and have time with the games and all, but yeah, it's
like walking into an arcade in the 80s during school hours and nobody else is there.
Yeah, exactly.
nicely put, Brad. Yeah,
like you feel like you're committing a crime or something. Yeah. It just doesn't feel the same.
Playing hooky.
I really liked it, but I felt like I was there too long. Like I was gone too long. Like because we got there Thursday at noon, and then we because of the extra day, we left on Monday. For me, it was too. I wouldn't mind getting there Thursday, but I'd rather get there late Thursday instead of so early, so I don't have to get up at 5:30. Like I could leave here at noon or something, and then just be there Thursday night.
I would either get there. So like last year, I got there at like 5 o'clock, and that was I would say that's perfect. Yeah. Like getting there early evening, late afternoon, perfect. But I would either have to leave. So that it'd either be that and then leave Monday, or get there late Thursday or later Thursday and leave late Sunday. But definitely it was nice to leave Monday, but I felt like I left too late Monday because everyone had left already. So if I'm going to stay to Monday, leave early Monday. If I'm going to stay Sunday, leave late Sunday. But you got to have that buffer because fucking Saturday night is you don't want to be like, oh, I'm cashing out, guys, because I have to get up early or I have to leave early. You want to party up as much as you can that night. That's like the most crucial night for that.
Yeah, Griffin.
What?
Yeah, you.
On Saturday night, I gotta go. We gotta get up early to get our flight.
Yeah.
And I was still hungover. Still hungover because I told them stupid things before bedtime.
Yeah, well, serves you right. No.
You gotta drink those stupid things before you start drinking.
Yeah, well.
we should all just plan a secret attack on Grinkers.
Yeah, we should that's what Jimbo was talking about.
Yeah, but it's a secret one. Like we're
like a flash mob.
Yes. Yes.
Then we all start dancing at noon or something.
We talked to Steve's wife.
Popping and locking.
Where Steve doesn't know, but his wife does, and all of a sudden we all just fucking show up and we're like, all right, let's party, guys.
Yep.
Well, I know. Like if we got all the hangouts, like every that'd be like 15 of us,
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It doesn't have to be official. Just go there and hang out and play games.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, why does it have to be? I mean, I would just go there to hang out.
We make up our own tournament on the fucking spot.
We don't even need a fucking tournament.
No,
Let's
yeah,
be
no.
fair.
Well, no, just with like play games like we did at Brofest, where you just go around and you probably try different games or whatever, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I love that idea.
We could just get 40s and sit outside.
Everybody name a game
yes.
that everybody would have to play.
Yeah.
So so that however many people, then it's like 10 people, 10 games.
How about we take turns? Like if we all have a game that we're good at, we show everyone else how to play it.
Yeah.
This is the way. Andrew could show us Rastan and like some tips. I'll show you how to play Arkanoid or Eyes. So everyone could pick a game that they.
I'll show you how to play Warrior.
Exactly. No one can play that game except you, Carrie.
I'll do
We
Dragon.
play all the games and we
Space
come
Ace.
next year and kick Caitlin's ass.
Yes, there we go.
We all just totally play Zookeeper.
Here's the real question: is the guy who won gonna bring the belt next year?
He said he was coming back during the.
He's at. Where's Dave? Dave, get back in here because I was gonna make a comment about that because Dave's the one's like he's wearing a toupee.
I know, he kept saying that to me too. He's like, dude. Dave was like, dude, come on, Brad. Of all people who should be able to sense that he's wearing a toupee, it's you and I. He's like, takes his hat off. He's like, we have the sixth sense. We should know that he's wearing a toupee.
I wish Dave had been or had told me that like earlier Saturday because I would have like bought him some shots and maybe like go pull that off his head.
I actually didn't see it. I just think he has bad hair.
He does have terrible hair, whether it's fake or not. Whatever, but
I
don't like that.
bumping into
I don't like
people
that guy.
walking around, and he wasn't like trying to protect it or anything. So
Wait, what guy is it?
My Matt Hall, that wiener.
The guy who won the.
Oh, the winner.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
wiener?
sorry, did I say wiener? Yeah.
The one that kept upping scores after he had already won the tournament, and he went back to like finish off the scores that were low and get even a higher score.
I wish
Sam
wasn't here. I wish Sam would get out of YouTube chat and actually join us because
That's what I fucking told him.
our joke was that everything that he did was a starter character. So we played when we were playing Street Fighter. He's like he got pissed off that I beat him because he's like, oh, this is my starter character. This is normally who I play. And the same shit happened with Mike. So Sunday night, all of us are going out for dinner, and it was all about is that your starter sandwich? Is that your starter French fry? Yeah, and it was pretty good. He's kind of that guy's kind of a wiener. He's no fun. He doesn't drink, anyways.
Oh yeah, those guys.
I mean, okay, Brad doesn't drink either. But Brad's not a wiener.
That'd be no fun to hang with either. I don't drink.
Yeah, well.
And either does Harry Gloth, and Mike Mann barely drinks.
Yeah, well, we're not wieners, though. There's a difference. But
I actually learned that while we were all standing outside watching everybody else drink. I didn't realize that they didn't really drink.
No,
yeah, but Matt Hall's a wiener because he was complaining that there was no cash prizes, and I thought that there would be better prizes than this. What am I going to do with this? I mean, he spent
45 minutes at the table trying to pick his first one. Then he won the next tournament. He had to sit there for another 45 minutes looking through all the prizes.
He was so out of place that I just hope he never shows up. And that, we talked about, me, Carrie, and Andrew talked about this briefly, and we're like, we should almost advertise that there's no cash prizes at these things so that people like that don't show up.
But there was supposed to be. That was my big question. Is John was even announcing there was cash prizes, which is.
Oh really?
Yeah, there had been previous years. That's
right. Yeah,
but that's assuming that Steve would flip a bill.
Yeah, that's an assumption John made. There wasn't any commitment there.
That's what I figured. That's what I figured.
John spoke out of. He was a bit drunk the whole time. So,
hey guys, I gotta go.
Got some good prizes there then.
Griffin, heading out. All right.
Later, Griffin.
Good to see you guys.
See you
soon.
By the way, Griffin, I loved your photo.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Photo.
Ciao.
Yeah. Your group photo.
Oh yeah.
I'm waiting for the high res version with all the photoshops in there, so I can print that one out for my frameage to add to the wall. A happy wall.
See you guys.
All right.
Later, Griffin. Talk to you tomorrow.
I love that story.
I talk to Griffin every day.
Oh yeah. You guys are besties
He
now.
actually, well,
Yeah.
he posts in Slack more than anyone else.
That's what I mean. That's what we talked through there.
Oh, yes, I get it now. Right. Yeah.
Hey,
Damn you, Slack.
Can I get props to Jimbo? Nice eyes game there.
Oh, thanks, man.
Oh yeah, the world record. Yes, for sure.
I didn't think I was gonna
Yeah.
do it when I fucking was on my last life at 15.
Mhm.
Like shit.
Hmm.
Yeah. No, that was. I'm glad that it wasn't all in vain for Clint. That was a long ass time. I honestly I feel like I could have done went beyond 26, but after I got the record, I was like just kind of pressure's off. I'm just gonna fuck around, talk to people. Oh, there goes my last life, 26. Well.
You gotta leave some room for the next time when someone challenges you.
Right. And then Andrew's like, well, dude, you got that video of you doing the 41 million and you recorded the dip switches and everything. I'm like, yeah, I know that's unlisted. And he's like, oh, then you can pull a Billy Mitchell and just post that if someone gets the
right.
Nice.
Drop it. Yep.
Put it in an old envelope and send it in.
Yeah, right. I'll record it to a VHS. Yeah.
Hey, Jim, can I ask you a question? Like, have you ever played that game or that cab before? Like, did you play it last year?
Well, last year I played on it, but last year I played on that cabinet.
It was in a tournament last year, right?
Okay.
It was in the tournament last year, and my high score last year was, I don't even think I broke 600,000 points last year, but I figured out my pattern for level 8 about 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks after Grinkers. Like it was right after, because I remember I posted on my eyes thread that check this out. I broke 800,000 or 700,000 or whatever it was, and when I broke that, it was right after Grinkers. And I'm like, fuck, I could have beat Kalen. And then, well, if you've seen my video that I just posted, I talk about Grinkers. I'm like, yeah, just this last weekend we were at Grinkers, and so it was very fresh right afterwards. But yeah, no, I played it at Grinkers last year.
Yeah,
but I put my control panel on there.
When you stepped up to it, did it feel different? I mean, like when you first started, I mean, like, did you have to get like a gauge of that particular cabinet or that game, or was it just like I can play this?
Yak, there's our buddy right there.
Yeah.
Wait. My buddy?
Was it who was talking about it?
My buddy, wherever I go.
That's Arizona?
Arizona, I think, yeah.
My buddy.
Plaid shirt.
And there's John. There's John. That's like, I fucking hate this game. I'm not good at it.
Yeah. And look at you look at the little bomb is about to hit his castle. I think he died shortly thereafter. Like, you look at, no offense, John, who doesn't watch the show, but you look like his walls almost disintegrated. There's in the rest of us.
Yeah, he's. But
I know.
But keep in mind, John comes. This is no kidding. This is maybe like midnight, like maybe 12:30. What time did we walk in there, Carrie? Like 10:30, 11. We get in there, and I'm just at the bar. I'm like, hey, Mock, hey, I need a beer. John comes up, punches me in the back of the arm. He's like, hey, how's it going? He gives me the weirdest fucking handshake ever. Like he couldn't get his whole hand around mine. It's like 3 fingers. It was like this. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, have you guys done the drunken McDonald's run yet? He's like, yeah, we did that like an hour ago.
Yeah.
I've been drinking since 11, dude. I'm fucked up. You know. So then I'm like, let's play Warlords. He's like, I fucking hate that game. I'm like, why do you hate it? Because I'm not good at it.
Yeah. Which is, quite frankly, a legit reason to hate a game.
It is true.
It is. When you just completely suck at something, sometimes you can still enjoy it, and other times you're like, no, just fuck this shit.
By the way, that picture I posted of Clint with the Starship one was specifically for Seabart, and I did it for 2 reasons. One, this is a working game just to show you what it looks like, and 2, your retro bright looks because this is one's all yellowed, so it's to make you feel good about your work. And then 3, Clint. It's Clint. You know, he actually plays the game. But
I don't know.
But anyways, I want to get back to Brian because Brian had a legit question, and to answer your question, Brian, the Wicco stick on that eyes works 100%. It's fine, but I put my control panel on there because the vertical, the up and down, is there's a lot of play there. It's a little loose. It's not very precise, and I like to have my leaf switches right up against the Wicco stick so that I only have to make a very slight movement to change directions, especially in the later levels when you have to be really precise. And I knew I wasn't going to get a world record, or it would be a lot more difficult if, especially in my drunken state, if I wasn't able to just barely hit the joystick.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I brought my control panel like a super nerd, and Hattrick was happy to throw it on there, and that's how it went. But my favorite, I wish I'd done this earlier, but on I think it was Saturday, some dude had been playing the fuck out of Eyes. Like obviously he loved that game because the leaderboard resets when you power off the machine, so there's no saving of the scores. So Saturday I look and it's all the same initials going all the way down, and his highest score was not even like 200,000. And being the dickhead that I am, I'm like, oh, this will be fun. I go up there and I put up 99999 like 8 or something. It was very tough because you have to okay, I can hit one more dot and then I got to walk away from this because
dick.
Yeah, so I put that up there just to shatter. Like I was hoping that I would see him, like I would be able to spot and be like, oh, that's DPT or whatever his initials were, and then just like watch the hope like just drain from his face. But
did you put your initials DIK on there or what?
Nice.
That would have been a good idea. Where were you, Brad?
I was sober somewhere. That was the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you still come up with good douchery ideas.
Sometimes.
Douchery?
Yeah, I think I made up that word.
I like it.
Is it just me, or do you guys like the after the photo's been taken pics?
Oh, absolutely. I think
everybody's fucking smiling. Like I love these ones.
Yeah.
And Andrew's hands are near his butt. I kind of like that too.
Yeah. Looks like I'm grabbing his shirt.
Oh yeah. Or you're punching him in the elbow.
I can't remember. Has anybody posted our pictures up on Club? I don't think they.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No,
I'm still waiting. What am I waiting on? I'm waiting on
Put it in the Hangout. Orange.
Hmm?
The Hangout thread.
Well, put one of the pictures up there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I have a lot of pictures I need to print to add to the framed wall of happiness. And I've got from Grinkers, I've got another 4 things. I've got the poster, the Hangouts picture, my certificate, and for Trifecta, and the big group photo. I need that one in a high res that I don't know when and if and ever, because everyone's like, get Crazy Kong fan or whatever.
I private messaged
someone needs
him.
to Photoshop.
I private messaged him on KLV, but he hasn't responded.
So I've got those 4, if that one gets posted ever. And then I have the Hangouts photo from the prototype at CAX yet I need to get. There's a couple of those.
So Orange.
Yo.
You have to talk about getting recognized while you're out and about.
Oh yeah.
From the show.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Basically, we went to the following weekend. We went to the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, and there's a guy there. I don't know if you guys have ever seen him before. His company name's The Wooden Arcade, and he actually makes wooden Pac-Mans and Robotron dudes and stuff. And then he actually puts a really thick paint and shellac over them so they can be outside even if you wanted them to be. And he does them all by hand. Anyways, we were talking to him about getting some artwork done for this venture that I'm about to do, and he's like, "Wait a second, are you on Cloud?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "What's your name?" My wife's like, "Orange Whip." He's like, "You have that show, don't you? That Hangout show. We watch that all the time. I love that show." And I was like, "Holy shit!" And I was like, "Well, I've bought stuff from you here the last few years as well." He's like, "Yeah, no, I recognize you then," but he goes, "It just clued into me. I knew who you were, but I couldn't figure out where you were from until you said."
Did you ask? Does he watch live or after the fact?
I think he said it was after the fact.
That would make sense because we never get high numbers during.
But I also have another person, the guy I actually got the CNC cabinets from. He just messaged me before the show started. Wanted the link, so he should be watching right now. So I haven't even talked about those yet, but I'm going to give him a plug anyways. His company is, I believe it's One Up Woodwork. Is that what it is?
He's out of Seattle.
One Up Woodwork.
Yeah.
He's out of just outside of Portland.
Portland, okay.
In the Portland area. One Up Woodwork on Facebook, and he does CNC stuff. And
CNC. Oh, I already did that.
I know, Matt.
Awesome deal. So, I might as well give the guy a plug because.
Hey now.
Yeah,
he's got top-notch wood.
This is part of my trip still. So, let me see if I can find the photos of it. But yeah, the guy makes CNC cabinets from scratch, and he does a lot of mini stuff. So he actually will take full-size cabinets, shrink them down, but so they'll still fit like a 19-inch monitor, but they're smaller in people's houses and that sort of thing. And I found him on Facebook a while ago, and I had just completely lost his contact information and stuff. And then, what is that noise I'm hearing?
We're playing ping pong.
It might be Brian.
Yeah, beer pong.
Anyways,
that's what we should play. Man, I wonder if Steve would open up a table in a tournament. We could play beer pong.
Well, probably in the back room where they do all the repair. That would be.
That's
awesome.
what we need. We need stuff to encourage even more drinking.
Yeah,
right? Yeah. Because we didn't have
Actually, they have arcade beer pong. There is actually, I don't know if it's Redemption.
Oh yeah.
I've
seen
the new
this.
stuff. Yeah.
Huh.
They have it at Dave & Buster's. I think I've seen it.
Yes.
So anyways, these are the two CNC cabinets I got. I believe his name is Dan. In Portland, Hillsboro.
So look like cabarets, kind of.
So these are both Centipede cabarets. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which are the same as Dig, Dug, and Tempest, right?
Correct. And he actually even built light boxes in here.
I was gonna say that's
as well.
like the marquee down there, right?
Yeah. So he put light box that back here, and this top piece, Andrew was asking, this is temporary. In case you want it for the light box or not, because you need to be able to lock the stuff. But he figured he'd make it anyways and throw it in there. But yeah, so I saw him a long time ago on Facebook, and I think I made a note of his, you can save companies and like him and all that kind of crap. I know Seabart loves it, and I just completely forgot about it. And when I was in Idaho, it came up as one of those, you might also like whatever. When I was just searching Facebook, and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, and I'm like, holy crap, I have my truck. I'm going to Portland. I wonder if he can make me a couple cabinets by the time I get there. And he's like, sure, no problem.
Wow.
So he said all cabarets were $250 assembled.
That's great.
Yeah, and apparently he used to do a lot of stuff for restaurants and signs for companies. And he said that he's getting to the point now where he's 100% arcade stuff. He can't take much elsewhere because he's getting so much business from cabinets.
Really?
And it's mostly all he does all plywood. Like it's all maple veneered plywood. It's not like melamine or MDF or anything like that. It's plywood stuff. So it's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's my plug.
So you're gonna get that and you're gonna paint it up?
Yeah, I've got them. They're actually just around the corner down here.
Okay. And then you still got to like cut a hole for the trackball and all that stuff, or what?
Well, no, the control panel's not on those. The control panel sits here. I can show it again. The control panel sits on top of it. So they're basically just raw cabinets, right? So the control panel will sit right on this.
So no metal at all. It's just all the
right.
woods.
But Takeman does.
It sits over the framework for it to hold it around the corner.
You can have a shelf in there.
So yeah, you just got to buy the control panel or have it already.
Yeah, and I mean, and the doors and all that kind of stuff as well.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I already have a Centipede Cabaret that I have a multi-pede in it. But I want to make you guys know about the deal I got for the Major Havoc. So I want to put Major Havoc in one of them. And actually, when I was down in Portland, I went and visited Rich's shop on the weekend as well. And I told him, and he was like, "Yeah, I still have the artwork for the guy who made Major Havoc that was in one of these cabinets already."
That was awesome. My question. Yeah.
Yeah. So he goes, "I just have to basically find the files and just reprint it out again." And then the other one.
Are you gonna vinyl or laminate or paint? Have you figured out what you're gonna do with?
Well, it's gonna be
finish them?
It already has it's laminated plywood.
Oh,
so
okay.
So it's actually birch veneer on it. So I could actually stain it and poly it, and it'll look just like the vinyl
wood grain.
But it is real wood grain. But it's real wood, yeah. So it's a wood laminate. But the Major Havoc will just be a vinyl. It'll go over the whole thing.
Okay,
it'll be full side art, yeah.
So you probably primer it.
Yeah, let's primer it. The second one, I'm not 100% sure. It's either going to be possibly a Dig Dug, or I also program my own games that I've done in the past, so I might put one of them in it. Or I've always wanted to make a Jumpman Junior.
Damn, I thought Gal's Panic was up in there.
I don't know. I'm thinking that if you one of them's a Dig Dug, if you go to play it, you have to wear a shirt with no sleeves. Just saying. I think that's the way to score, to get a high score in that game. No sleeves.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? Okay, Killstream. Yeah, that's impressive and all. But you know what? You only had to play 256 levels. I had to play fucking way more levels than that to get my world record. So fuck you, Ken.
I know, and you didn't get a shout out from John for that hardly at all.
No, what a dick. Sean shouted me out. Sean and Joe did. They're like, he got the world record.
Yeah, John's like whatever. But Ken Hall.
Actually, I gave John shit because him, Joe, and came up to me on Saturday like, so we heard you world record eyes. And I'm like, yeah, I did. And Joe was like, that's great, dude, whatever. And then Sean's like, and I'm like, yeah, Sean. Well, Sean cheers me, and I'm like, well, you got me hooked on this game. And then John's like, dude, that's great. I'm like, John, you don't give a fuck about this game. And he's like, that's not true. He like got all defensive. I'm like, he's like, dude, I love you. Don't. John, one of his like 16 personalities.
Yeah, which personality was it?
Well, John has for sure. Yeah. He's got 3 distinct personalities that I've witnessed, like very distinct.
Big butthole, not as much as a butthole.
He's got his personality for the show. He's got his personality.
Yeah, he's got this TV personality that pops out.
That's what I mean. His TV personality. He's got his personality for when he's out of his element, meaning that it's either like me and him one-on-one, or he's not around like Joe or Sean. Then there's the one where he's around Joe and Sean.
Just to let everybody know who we're talking about.
Right.
Don't worry, everybody who's watching this knows that this show stemmed from John's show.
Yeah, we love him.
So John is either A, real PC, B, a douchebag, or C, your buddy. So, like for me, there's those 3. Yeah, Cax, he was the big buddy, because Joe was not around much and Sean wasn't there.
That's good.
That's fucking scary.
Hey, Martin, show the one that I made where he's at working at a
fucking scary because you would actually believe that job is so good that you'd believe that is him.
I did a whole bunch of those Photoshop things. I did like the Big Trouble in Little China and the Rocket Fire Explosion, and
I'm just doing the ones that were in our Slack this.
All right.
They were in that claw feed from Griffin.
So good. I think the only one I did.
John's okay. It's just he really, his personality really varies. It just depends on the environment.
Hey, look, it's Glenn.
This is good.
Yes, exactly.
All right, who needs a drink? I'm getting one.
Walking Dead Glenn.
John totally ignores me. I'm totally invisible man when John's
What?
around.
Really?
Yeah, he doesn't say one word to me ever.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
doesn't
better
like
than
me for some reason.
antagonizing.
I don't know what I've ever said
I
to
told
him.
him I told him at CAX, I'm like, dude, you're just lucky I don't punch back.
He's the only guy out of all the arcade everybody's that isn't nice to me and talks to me. So I don't know what I did to piss his Cheerios.
well, Mock. I mean, you know that when he's on the show, he shit talks me. So
Yeah.
I mean, at least you don't have that.
I like that one.
and that picture's good because his head's proportionally about that size.
Now I gotta go find the ones that I did of him.
I think the only one I did was it was like an animated GIF.
Oh yeah.
GIF with the Home Alone guy.
Orange, are you looking in Claw, or are you still looking in the?
I'm on Slack.
What's the thread in Claw?
That was Griffin's. That was Griffin's.
Oh wait,
post.
we need a sound effect for that last picture.
I don't know where this one came from, but
Oh my god!
Oh yeah, because I responded to that one. I'm like, man, he's got a really fatty liver. What's he got in there? A kickball?
Right.
I ate the baby.
Where do I pop it to go?
Let's see. How do I gotta search this. It was something like create your own John something or other. Let's see.
You know, he makes me laugh. I was going inside. He was coming outside to smoke, and I go, "Oh, they were just talking about it." He goes, "Who's talking about me? Where?"
I don't. Did any of you guys catch? I think it was the last show they did on the Saturday night, and they were talking. I mean, it was one of his. It was one of John's videos afterwards. They were talking about how they got to Grinkers and that Dave and Brian were in the limo and how they met at the airport.
Yeah,
and
we
John
were drinking at the bar.
Yeah, and John was to Joe. He's like, "Oh yeah, that was like Dave from Buffalo's cousin or something like that, right?" And
Yeah.
Joe goes, "Yeah, it was cousin Brian." And I was like, "Well, how does Joe know the term cousin Brian? Not everybody calls him cousin Brian." So I'm like, "Does Joe watch this show?"
You know, that's a good point. I wondered. I didn't pick
All of a
up
sudden,
on
he
that.
just like
You're
literally,
right.
"Oh no, you're talking about cousin Brian." I'm like, how the hell does he know he's called cousin Brian? Why is he not just Brian from Buffalo? So I was like, oh, maybe Joe. Yeah, maybe Joe watches it. Maybe Joe's a fan.
Probably not. Probably not.
He used to come on in the early days. He used to be on a couple times in the early days.
Oh.
Until he got shit on by John.
What are you doing on that show?
Yeah, what are you doing on that traitor show, on that competing show?
Then he comes on our show and then shits on it.
Oh, he just started shitting over Griffin, which was awesome.
Well, so Dave and Mike need to answer the question. The day.
Dave's answered it already.
Oh, he did. I stepped away for like
that's-
2 fucking seconds. What did you answer, Dave?
Oh, skydiver.
Okay.
Big fan.
It's not what Carrie would have picked, but okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, whatever.
It's no
Actually,
warrior.
It's funny. I've still not played that because that was in the tournament at Brofest also.
All right, Orange. I put it in the chat.
In our chat? Whoa.
Yeah.
Put it in. The chat.
To chat. And how about Mike? Has he answered the question?
Mike has not, no. And I just
Me and Mike have been talking about Arkanoid for a good half an hour via text.
Oh,
via
John.
text.
John and the baby ball pit.
Oh, in
that
our
was mine
chat.
too.
Where'd you put it, Mark?
In our chat, group chat,
In Slack or in our Hangouts chat?
in our Hangouts chat.
Fucking rear gunner.
Oh,
Oh my
there it is.
god!
Hey, Whip,
Oh
can
my
you
god! How did I miss this thread? I don't know if
Hey,
I've
Whip,
ever.
Whip, present it, will you?
Yeah, I'll present it.
When I click it, yeah, it doesn't show up.
And I like it's always the same picture of his head.
It's not working for you guys.
It's working for me. I'm laughing
there
my
you
ass
go.
off. You know, honestly, the worse the Photoshop job, the more I laugh.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's the tiniest
That's
gun
mine.
head ever made.
That's good.
I said, open the floodgates. Here they come.
Oh my god. That's awesome.
Strong guy.
John guy.
Yeah.
John guy.
John
That's
guy.
it.
I sense a theme with his gut.
Oh, there's another one.
Oh, that's good.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna stop this for a second. What we need to do is someone screen capture this and put John's face on that.
Ah, yeah. Print screen.
You got it, Jimbo?
I do not. Sorry, I was dazed. I was entranced by his good looks.
I can always send it to you guys afterwards. One of our 3 listeners can.
You gotta fix that Happy Halloween sign's crooked.
Yeah.
And
that throws off the whole flow of that picture.
I don't think anybody noticed, but Mikey joined us tonight.
Yep,
So hi, Mikey.
Mike needs to answer the question at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Griffins.
What's this one?
Man, you spent a long time on that one.
Oh my god.
John Fest.
That's funny.
Leave it up for a minute. Don't change it. Brian, did you see that?
Wow.
Dude, that is awesome.
That is awesome.
Look at the goatee.
The fact that someone spent the time to do
Oh,
that.
I know. That took like at least an hour or so.
He's Clint. Look at him. He's Clint.
Right?
Oh,
And he just kept Clint's hair. That's awesome.
The little girl, the
yeah.
one with her dad or whatever, like with the oh my god, oh fucking heck.
So good. That is so good.
There's Hector
And Sylvia's wife.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so good. Yeah.
There's Mock.
It's Mark.
Mock Jimbo or Mock
Oh,
John.
I don't.
shit.
Wow.
This is from Grinkfest 2. This is
the
before.
back
This
here.
is Grinkfest 2 because I wasn't
Yep.
there.
Right, and I wasn't there. But I love that we can identify a number of people,
Oh,
even
there's
though
an
it's
entry.
John's face. Yeah, right.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
god, that's
Crafty
awesome.
down in the stripes in the front left.
Oh, right here, it's Crafty.
That's
yeah.
Crafty.
Yeah, that's crafty.
Right? Like, how awesome is that we're like, oh, yeah, and that's so-and-so, and that's so-and-so.
And the
Crazy,
brown
I
shirt
can't
on the
even
right,
find
that's
myself in
Gregatron.
that. I can't even find myself there. I don't know. I see Brad, the Marine shirt
she's
there.
Oh, right here, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
look for the, look
Is
for the
that-
cargo
is that-
shorts.
Kaylin in the first, is Kaylin in the
Oh,
Fucking Clint.
Yeah, the
I
hat.
know, Clint is awesome. Yeah. Kaylin
Kalen's with the sandals and the hat.
Oh,
Yep.
This is the Southern California
Southern
guy here,
California.
too,
Yeah.
no, it's Central Cal. That's
right?
Gregatron.
Gregatron, yeah.
Yeah, that looks like Gregatron.
Wait, who's this
Oh.
one?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
The actual one. That's right. I'm next to Mock in the
Oh,
Space
shit, it
Invader
is Joe and Fett.
shirt. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yep.
Oh, I'll post the screen capture of Brian in Slack here.
Oh my god, that is
That is awesome.
See here.
Oh, the rocket fire. Went a little too far.
What the fuck? Look at the thing on his head.
Someone should attempt it. I like that his face isn't skin matched.
Yeah, like you could adjust that in Photoshop if you're gonna go that far.
Right.
Just make it a little.
All right. Gak, Orange Whip. I put the cousin Brian in.
I see it in
Slack.
Slack.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, Griffin started that thread because he was mad at John for something, You kicked him off some thread or something.
Oh yes. His the chat in John's arcade. What do they call that? The shout box or something?
Oh really?
Oh. Oh, you know what they should do? How about the Family Ties like portrait?
Jimbo, where did you put it? Did you put it actually in the Slack group? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, in under general. Yeah.
Okay.
Because at least with Slack you can download the full res whatever. It doesn't scale it down.
Yeah, one of us will have to. I think I can do that later. That's awesome. Was there more of those Johns in that thread? That was only one page?
Go back a page and there's some.
Oh my god, there's a ton of them.
Oh, keep it going. Please play. And they're making me laugh so hard.
Wakey, eggs and bacon.
Wow, John, you're flat too. I know John has bigger boobs than that.
This must be the Brofest breakfast, right?
Right,
The
totally.
omelet?
Making the bacon.
That's the sweet transvestite.
Wow,
From transsexual.
So that's a
Transylvania. I love it.
Mutual touching stuff, but nothing more. I'm not gay. It's I can't wait to
join my model train room. Mutual touching and stuff, but nothing more than that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's some of the best. Like I almost I'm doing like double, triple takes at it. I'm like, is it just the eyes or what? Like I can't.
He has the dirt and stuff on his face too.
Yes, no.
That's Griffin doing some damn good.
Don't worry, Bilbo. I have some boiled eggs at the gas station.
Right. Oh my god, he did a good job.
Griffin spent some time at Photoshop.
Yeah, he did.
Well, it's like he said, never make enemies with someone that's a pro at Photoshop.
Yep.
Wait, there's 34K.
34K.
Here's someone's favorite little lady.
Turned out to be a tranny. I love it.
That's what I did there.
I can't stop laughing.
Oh, I got some pretty good laughs. Actually, right after that, Griffin asked for my my cell number. So like, hey, we should hang out sometime. That's hilarious. Private message me after that.
Oh, that's good.
Well, that's his girlfriend. Woof.
What the fuck? Where do you find these?
Where do you find these? What are the Google search terms for something?
Asian family pic with nudie.
My awkward family photo would be my guess. Oh.
There's lots of Jack's one in there.
Woof.
Dud.
Jesus. Oh.
Being daunted.
Oi.
No, my setup is airtight. I remember that from the show.
God, his face they made him look young here for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, Griffin did a lot of touch up on that one.
God, I'm like crying here. I'm laughing so hard.
It's the hair. Yeah.
This is a great thread.
This is a great thread.
What's the title?
Yeah, what was the title? It was something Griffin, something for like John's do-it-yourself kit or something like that.
I would love to know if John subscribed to this thread.
Yeah.
No.
It's called Make Your Own Legend.
Oh wait,
with
I got the perfect sound effect for that one. It's it goes like this, I think.
There's somebody with not the best
for the Indian baby.
Not the best Photoshop skills right there.
Yeah. Or someone not taking their time.
Well, that's what they said. They didn't.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my God.
Kim's Arcade.
With love from John Jacobson, the cabinet.
He endorses this message.
I love how it's backwards.
Yeah.
Mock, you must be pissed off, eh? Main
mirror
cabinet's
main.
Oh, it is backwards.
That's an imam.
Yeah.
Well, because
MM.
they read from the other direction than we do, so it's actually appropriate.
Oh,
Instead of right to left, it's left to right.
That's true.
Or left to right, it's right to left. Yeah.
should be up and down.
Yeah, I know that's true.
Diagonal.
Bad.
Because I'm bad.
Johnny Black 07.
You know it.
So this is what
Oh wow.
so we're all working on this stuff. Why we should be working.
Stole 50
Right.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day,
Oh,
sir.
he's like the gimp.
Say it again.
I said
Candy is dandy, but liquor is quicker. The suspense is terrible. He's gonna go this time. I hope it'll last.
oh fuck! That's from the Wizard.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That must have been like a production photo.
Oh, not him.
Yeah, Griffin does really good work.
Yeah.
It's that wacky British sense of humor.
The fuck? Is it not? John, you have a nice set of games in your basement.
Yeah.
Brady Bunch, that's close to
There's a story.
The one show that you guys wanted.
Of a guy named
goodness.
Johnny.
Nice.
Fonzie.
Mrs. C.
Hey guys.
Bitch
stickers.
This red needs to be resurrected. I'm hoping this will do it.
You got to go through some of the crappy ones to get to the golden.
Oh, I know. To really appreciate it.
I think we could do half a show on. Oh my God.
That is not Chippendales.
I feel sorry for John now. What the hell?
The Buzz's girlfriend one's one of my favorites. You see, that one's just okay. I like that we're like critics. We're like, that Photoshop job.
It's the baby's face now.
Oh Jesus! Come on, at least lower the contrast a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, look how soft the rest of it is.
Yeah, you have to make it match.
Oh, is that one of those?
He looks like a fucking like a ventriloquist.
Yeah, where's his neck?
I think that's what that is. Actually,
Like a bobblehead.
Hey, in the 80s, wasn't it like Tommy something?
That'd be funny if they put lines down his mouth like he's a ventriloquism dummy.
And I'm your friend to the end. Heidi ho! Ha ha ha!
All right. Howdy ho!
I haven't seen this red forever. This is hilarious.
Oh well, yeah, that's a little cliche.
Yeah, but he's got the arms folded right for it.
That's true. And Molly Ringwald is having nothing of it. Yeah.
And that picture is like from a magazine article, right? That was like Wired magazine or one of those.
That's mine.
Those are some big eyes. I mean,
Wait, the
nipples.
pictures from his card.
Men's Health.
His
guys, if you do the no bun, low carb thing, you get a
you guys
bod
looking at
like
Dave
that.
there? Dave's got a his business card.
His Twin Galaxies card.
Yeah. But I think
it's in my wallet.
Oh yeah. It's the same picture. How funny.
Is it showing? Like, show it up again, Dave. Here, let me just share it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's the same picture even. That's hilarious.
Those cards they give out at.
Oh yeah, he gave me 2 of those at Brofest, and somehow I don't have them. I think they got lost in transportation.
Oh man, I'm still crying.
Where's my card? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Come on, I'm a
You
big
should get
shot
one now.
Yeah, Clint took the picture just in case.
Do we have a couple more to look at, or is that it?
Give me one
All
sec.
this laughing and beer drink has made me a little tipsy. It's all thanks to Johnny.
This is not going to be the best audio podcast, I don't think.
No, oh yeah, that's true.
Look at that. They even cut his head out.
Yeah. Come on, guys, you can do better than that. England's best.
Well, I respect that the guys.
Cute.
That's mine too.
I respect that these people with these bad Photoshop jobs are not spending that much time.
I was trying to get creative.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh Jesus! Bear man. That's
Wait, what's going on here?
I think I was requesting Andrew to do some modifications.
Yeah.
Or someone to, I think. So.
Oh jeez.
Sorry, he did the Twisted Sister.
It's all of them.
Yep.
Jeez.
Frozen.
That one's
Oh,
doing
yeah.
fucking
Tito's.
the fatty liver, John.
Who did that?
The low carb thing just isn't
That's a
working.
round belly. I haven't seen that one.
Well, that was London Nights too.
God, that's creepy.
The skin tones are good.
Griffin again.
Oh man,
I think Griffin's missed his calling.
I know. You should be here. It'd be a tribute to Griffin.
No, that was it. That was the end of him.
That was great.
Fuck, that's a great thread.
That was good stuff.
Griffin's got skills. Well, good night, everyone. No.
Yeah, and on a high note.
No, I think we still need to hear from Mike about to answer the question. Oh
yeah.
Okay. So, what's my new favorite game from Grinkers?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Or what did you like at Grinkers?
Can I give 2?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you can be a gag if you want.
You're lucky.
Yeah.
I really like playing Omega Race in the cockpit. That was pretty awesome.
Ah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I had heard from a lot of people how cool that was, and that is definitely the way to play the game.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah, and I was really surprised at how small it was. I mean, that's not that big of a cab. That'd be kind of fun to have. But for me, I think the game that I came away with the most surprised about was Jump Bug. I mean, I'll fall on my sword and admit I did really well in it in the tournament, so that's skewing my opinion. But I think, over the last year with all the Rockola stuff that they had done, that John and Fetish Boy had done, I kind of was like, I'll try this jump bug game in MAME, and I thought it sucked. I mean, I just did
Don't
not.
listen, Mock. Don't listen.
That's actually a good point. That's a good point, though. You can't rely on MAME though to give you the same
La la
experience.
la. Mock's not listening. La la la.
Yeah.
Not listening.
I tried it, and I tried it a couple times, and I just was like, I don't get this. I hate the graphics. I hate the game. I don't understand anything about it. This game sucks. Why do these guys keep going on and on and on and on about how great Jump Bug is? And then when I saw it was in the tournament, I was like, oh, fuck, this sucks. And then I figured it all clicked. I figured it out, and I played pretty well. And for me, I don't think I would go home wanting to own one, but definitely was the surprise game for me.
I think a lot of people felt the same way about Alpine Ski the previous year.
Yeah, I thought the same thing about Fantasy. I thought Fantasy was kind of a surprise last year, and
I fucking loved Fantasy.
Yeah, I hate to admit it. I feel like I'm a bandwagon guy, but I feel like I'm a Rockola guy. I like all the Rockola games. I mean, I really do.
But you bring up a really good point. We're talking about at least with Fantasy. Well, Fantasy is, but that's an 8-way game. But Eyes is a 4-way. Jump Bug is an 8-way. But these are very basic games that you should be able to play just fine in MAME. But you can't use that as a testament because I've played Eyes in MAME, and when I record my videos to show my patterns and stuff, and it's not the same. Even with the little 4-way, you can use your keyboard. Yeah, no problem. It's not the same experience. It is a different game. You can't rely on that to recreate that without the proper joystick or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, last year we came home. I think we all were kind of pumped about Warp, and I don't think Warp plays well.
Oh no!
And again, it could not
be
a more simpler game. It almost is like a 2600 Atari game in terms of graphics and gameplay, but I don't think it plays well.
And that's got the weirdest layout. The joysticks way on one side, the buttons way on the other side.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to restoring mine. That's gonna be a pain in the ass because it was painted and converted to a Mr. Do. But yeah, I'm looking. But yeah, you're totally right about the whole. You just can't rely on. There are certain games that just don't play well in MAME, even if they're as basic as it gets. I'm sure there are people who are like, Pac-Man, you can't play that in MAME.
I played a couple black and whites that I thought were really cool. That my buddy Harry showed me. Domino. Did you guys play Dominoes at all? The Atari Dominoes game. That was.
I saw it, but I didn't play it.
Yeah, that was really neat. For those who haven't played, that the concept is like you're automatically laying down tiles, which are your dominoes, and as you're just controlling the direction, and it's four buttons in an arrow, in an up, down, left, right pattern. And as the game goes on, the dominoes lay faster, so it speeds up. And it's just like playing the cycle game on Tron. You're trying to block the other person off or cause them to run into themselves or run into the wall, and then you make their dominoes fall. So it ramps up, and you're playing against either another player or the AI. So that was fun. That was a good 2-player game. And then I just by chance I played Clowns, another Atari game, and it was what's the way to describe it? It's you're 2 clowns on a teeter-totter, and the clown falls on the one side of the teeter-totter, and it launches the other clown in the air. And it's kind of like a mix of Arkanoid or Breakout. Yeah, with these clowns. And, depending on where the clown landed on the teeter-totter kind of affected how you launched the other character.
So didn't they have that on Atari? Like it's called Circus or something.
Yeah.
Circus.
Not just Circus. It was like Circus Attack or Circus Balloon. It was like
Circus Atari. I love that game on the 20th.
Circus Atari.
Circus Atari. Okay.
Yeah, it was another just simple one, really kind of neat. And you like kind of knock these tiles or something, and the tiles were scrolling left to right in different rows. and you got bonuses if you cleared all the tiles and stuff. So
bonus.
Yeah, those were all games I never saw, never on my radar. Kind of stood out a little bit.
Yeah, this year was the first time I played Jump Bug.
Yeah, Circus Atari was a paddle game. That's right.
Yeah, it was a paddle game.
Yes.
And so the Jump Bug, I don't know how far you guys got playing it. Did you guys get to the temple part?
Yeah. That
So-
was how you got a lot of your score. Was you had to play the entire temple to get out of the temple. To be able to get in the top score, you had to get all of the money out of the temple.
So I was finding it difficult that like the money would turn into like an enemy and then back into money again, and then you're jumping around with blind jumps where you don't know where you're going to land on.
Yeah, I remember
and then
that.
stuff's falling from above, but you don't know where it's going to come from. So it was like I was just like having a hell of a time. That's where I would lose all my men in that temple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this is frustrating. I want to pick up the money, then it turns into an enemy right when I'm about to land on it. It's like, not only that, but the enemies change color that match the money. So like the money would be blue and the enemy turns blue, and then the money turns red and the enemies turn red. And it's just like, oh my God.
oh, I just saw something, Mike. I think the reason why these games we're talking about are so much different in MAME than on an arcade cabinet is that you can't, on a keyboard, you can't recreate a leaf switch. You're basically playing with micro switches because it's either on or off. There's no like soft there's no way of like tweaking that. And so when you're playing the key, you're essentially doing micro switches for everything.
Yeah.
And that's why things just feel weird and different. Cuz like even if you play eyes, and I can if you play eyes on MAME or you play with micro switch, the way that the shots fire is different than if you're playing it on a cabinet. You can only get off X amount of shots in one stream at a certain pace, and you can, if you hit the button, and I've demonstrated this a couple of times, but if you hit the button as fast as you can, the sound effect, you'll hear the sound of the shot being fired, but the shot won't actually come out. It'll only emit so many shots in a stream. So you have to find the perfect tempo to maximize that. It's kind of like track and field with Heck, where he's talking about like frames per second. It's kind of the same thing. And if you played in MAME, you can hit that button as many times like rapidly, and you'll get more shots out in a faster stream than if you actually played on a cabinet. It's really weird how that works.
What are you, an expert or something?
I know, huh?
Right?
And I learned something. I told Carrie about this, and Andrew, I think. But right before Grinkers, like maybe a week before, I was playing on my cabinet, and I learned something new that I didn't really realize, or maybe I was doing it before, but I just didn't realize that you could actually do this. With eyes, when you're coming around a corner, when you're coming around a bend, you can actually fire a shot and have it show up and hit something before you're oriented around that corner. So it's like a very small fraction of a second. But if I'm coming vertically and I want to come around horizontally around this little bend, I can push the fire button just a hair before my character is oriented that way, and it'll come out. So it comes in really handy. Actually, it came in handy for my world record because when I was at like 19 million, I fucked up and I missed one of the dots way at the top in one of the hardest parts. Oh, there he is.
Nice.
That's quick and dirty.
Well, that's John for you. No. But you can actually fire around corners a little bit, just a hair of a second before you're oriented, before you're actually facing that way. And that completely kind of changed the game for me. But yeah, the stuff when you get obsessed with a game that you learn.
Yeah.
I have a problem. Now I need to move on to a new game, Arkanoid or something like that.
I think you should master Toki.
Toki.
I want to play that again. Yeah, that's a great game.
That is a fun game. I love the animations in that.
Yeah, it's cool. Weird sounds. Weird
like his eyes get big when he's shooting, and like if he get hit, he like covers his head. Oh,
yeah. He's like blowing out the balls with his cheeks are all blowed up. You know, like
yes, right. Yeah.
It's got pretty cool animations in that thing. So and the monsters are so weird looking. They're like oversized and bizarre.
It's a cool platformer for sure.
It's very weird.
It's very much like Rastan, like in the sense of like, okay, you can't continue on the last level, even though it's is it? I think it's not a title game. I don't think. Is it?
No.
I think Toki's a Sega game.
I'm not sure.
I can't think of it right now.
I don't think it's Sega.
Google, do it to me.
All of us have these computer things.
Yeah.
Toki's by
I know.
Tad.
Yeah. And it's like a really generic
Juju Densetsu.
That's the Japanese version or whatever, right?
Oh no, that's a Japanese name. Never
Tad
mind.
Corporation.
In Japan,
Tad Corporation.
Yeah.
Does Toki translate to something like monkey or something?
It's probably like something really dirty, like butt plug or
yeah, I'm sure that's what it is.
Hairy nipples, I don't
vibrating
know.
butt plug.
They did Blood Brothers. I have a Blood Brothers storage.
That's right.
Yeah, I think the control panel overlays are really generic on those too. It's like gray.
Yeah, it's just a generic FabTech.
FabTech. There you go, FabTech.
So look at the boss right there, that green elephant.
Yeah.
Right.
Awesome.
And then you got the two hands. Yeah.
He's wearing a football helmet. What the fuck?
Go lower,
He's
Brad.
throwing his tusks. He's throwing actually his tusks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then there's like a bot. There you go with the big. I only have hands and feet.
This and the feet.
And a heart.
And a heart that's floating.
Cute.
It's so weird.
And you know what? When I had my many years later having a PlayStation 1, I got Crash Bandicoot, and I'm like, that made me think of Toki when I got Crash Bandicoot for some reason.
Well, like just the whole world or what?
Just the way it's the kind of platformer and the kind of interesting characters and all that.
Well, like to me, I feel like Tokis were almost like Arkanoids. They were around. They were everywhere. It was a kit game all over the place.
It was a convert everywhere. Convert.
I know. At one point, they were supposedly working on a. It was supposed to be on like PlayStation or Xbox. They were like redoing the graphics, like kind of making them fancier. Do you remember that?
Well, they made. I had Sega Genesis way back in the day, and they made a Toki game for that, and I thought it was going to be the same arcade. It was called Toki Ape Spit, and it was similar. It was similar, but it was not the arcade game.
That's awesome.
A little tactful.
Right? I know they really had to like sit for a while and contemplate what to call that one.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's got a bunch of
Let's see, the monkey
monkeys spitting at
spits.
things.
So let's
call it ape spit. Oh, Jesus, can I go home now?
I'm ready for dinner.
All right, there. Click that link. Oh, it's Toki
I
going
give up.
ape spit.
These people don't give a shit what it's called. Yeah.
There. I just posted the link.
Jim posted a link to prove he's not lying.
You're right.
I'm not lying. Yeah.
Toki going ape spit. Oh, instead of ape shit, it's a play on words. I get it.
So it's similar. The graphics
Going
of the Google image that it's very similar.
Cute.
It's very similar, but it's not. It's just not the same game.
Even that picture's weird. Look at that. It's like shooting things out of his mouth.
Yeah.
It's just not.
So that never got released. That never.
No, it did. I had the game.
Oh, you
did. It wasn't. But it wasn't the same game. It was
like
similar.
A semi-sequel.
It was yeah. So it was still a platformer, but it just wasn't. It wasn't the game I wanted.
Let's see. I'm I'll post a link here in our chat.
Mom, will you buy me Toki going ape spit?
Yeah.
So, if you scroll the link,
Not
I
until you
posted-
eat your vegetables.
What did you say?
the link I posted, it says Xbox Live arcade games that have vanished, but are they gone for good? And you scroll down a little bit, it's called Toki Remixed.
Yeah, look at that.
I remember seeing that.
Oh, so they were gonna do a.
Brad's gone. Huh? I can't.
Yeah, they would do that with some of their stuff. Oh, bonk. Toki Remix. Wow, they spent some time on it.
Yeah.
So that never got released, huh?
No, I remember seeing like some short clips of it, like promo clips.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, it looks awesome, but it never came out. It seems like it was basically the same game. They just kind of updated the graphics.
Yeah, like
Made it look
that's
more
level
3D.
one's like weird boss with all the monkeys that are on the top of it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're all just redrawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. They probably just did one level and then stopped.
So Jim, I don't know if you saw that link I just posted.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, dude.
It's called Toki Remix. They were gonna supposedly release it on Xbox Live Arcade, if you 10 years ago or something, whenever it was.
Yeah, when they were doing a lot of those.
Oh yeah. Wow, that looks kind of fucked up though.
They made it
I'm
kind
not
of
sure I like
cartoony.
Yeah,
It's
like
the same
cell
game.
shaded.
It looks like. So yeah.
Huh. Oh, I was gonna say, fuck, what was I gonna say?
Didn't they do like Double Dragon Neon and stuff like that? They did a few different games.
Fuck, I had something. Damn it. Talking about Toki. What the hell? I had something really good I was gonna say. I swear it was good.
Yeah.
I swear it was worth talking about.
When I was a kid, whenever I would forget what I was going to say, my dad was.
I know. Wait, I've been meaning to message Joe, but he was all about it at Grinkers. I told him, and I told you guys the same thing. I'm like, he should do a 2-part review, a 2-part series on his channel because he likes to do his beer reviews. Why doesn't he review some sort of IPA, some sort of beer, whatever? And then he says, okay, I'm going to drink 10 of these, get completely shit-faced, and then in my next video, I'm going to review Never Too Hungover. And tell you how I feel. I told him, I'm like, I guarantee you, if you review one of these elixirs, these Never Too Hungover drinks, whatever, you will get more views on that one video than any other beer review you've ever done, because people are gonna fucking look that shit up and be intrigued by it. And he's like, "That's a great idea," but obviously he hasn't done it yet. But I was gonna send him another message, just be like, "Hey, you really should. Do you want to get some subscribers? This is the way to do it."
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm the one that gave him an elixir on the plane.
So he got 2 then, Carrie, because you gave all 3 of them one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Yep.
But I guess we got to tell people to drink it before you start drinking. You don't drink it. Then it's kind of like the damage has been done.
I would say during, because I will say after I had because the first time I took it, I took it right, after I was done drinking, and it was like too close to bed, and I had trouble falling asleep. But the next time I did it, I took it before I started drinking, and I don't feel like it worked very well.
So for me and Andrew, it didn't affect our sleeping, and so taking it before bed actually to me worked absolutely great. But what we did Saturday, because we knew we were going to get doubly shit-faced, we took 2. We took one I took one. Actually, we both took it at the same time. We took it right when we had our first buzz, like right when our first buzz was coming on.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, I'm starting to really feel this.
That's about when I took it too on Saturday.
So when we chugged one, and then we did one right before bed, after we were done drinking.
And how did you feel Sunday?
Well, I felt as good as I could feel without chugging about 2 gallons of water.
Right.
So
but you
like
didn't feel achy and awful and headachy. I didn't have any of that.
The biggest thing for me with a hangover, the thing that really kicks my ass is not the dehydration, it's the gut. And if I feel sick to my stomach, I'm fucked. So like I would wake up and it would be my own fault if I didn't drink enough water. I would feel dehydrated, maybe a little dry mouth, maybe have a slight headache, like on the verge of a headache, but it wasn't hungover. Like I wasn't like a gut hangover. And that was huge. Because what I could do is, I drink a few glasses of water, feel a little more hydrated, and I'm ready to drink a beer again. Versus, I don't want to get near a beer for like 6 hours or whatever. Mm-hmm. And that was
like Dave.
Yeah. Or a week like
that Saturday night, I drank a lot, and I should have had a huge hangover the next day.
Was Dave down in those things?
No, that would be
Dave.
I felt good Sunday.
He doesn't believe in magical elixirs.
He's a seasoned pro at those Bud Lights.
Mark, what sold me is that, okay, so Thursday night, I get to the airport, 8:45. Carrie picks me up. We go to Buffalo Wild Wings, and we both order. She orders you ordered what, a Long Island? I had their Buffalo Wild Wings version of a Long Island, which is their Buffalo Zoo or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
It was basically a Long Island worth of alcohol, but it was fruitier than
it was pink.
It was pink.
That's right. You own it, Jim.
So we had that. Drunk.
That's right. So we had our drinks, heavy drinks. We get to Grinkers, start pounding the beers. We stay up till 4 because John comes to the room. Andrew's there, and John won't leave. I mean, so we're up till like, actually almost every night we're up till 4 now.
About 4:30 every night.
And so I'm just lit.
Thursday night till 4:30 in the morning. John was up Thursday night till 4. Dude, he drank. We started drinking at noon.
Oh yeah, he started drinking at 11. Yeah.
Gabe, because when he came up to me at Grinkers, I'm like, so when's the McDonald's drunken run? Because that's what we did last year. And he's like, oh no, we already did that. I'm like, fuck. He's like, yeah, I'm shit faced. But so like I was crunked Thursday night, and so I take one before I went to sleep, and I remember one of the elixirs before I went to sleep. For the previous year though, I didn't do that. I got shit faced. I probably didn't stay up quite that late, but it was late, and I didn't want to touch a beer. Me and Andrew actually were going back and forth because we were so hungover. We're like, when are you doing your first beer? We finally decided on 5 p.m. We had been at Grinkers for like 4 or 5 hours. Well, this year I take that elixir. I wake up the next day by 11:30 noon. I'm ready to just have a beer again. I feel great. I'm like, I want a beer. I'm like, what the fuck is in this shit? I started analyzing. Like, it's B vitamins and potassium. That's what it is.
See, I don't think it works for everybody. That's one of my opinions from talking to everybody that's been using it. So I don't think it works the same for everybody. So
maybe not, or maybe it has to do with when they take it too.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. When I took it, or what I call too early, it didn't really. I felt like.
Well, in my head, I'm thinking, you're depleting your body. You're dehydrating yourself. You're depleting your body of these electrolytes, these vitamins, potassium, whatever. If you drink this before you start drinking, you're gonna be peeing all this stuff out anyway. So why? To me, it didn't make sense to take it really early.
Yeah.
It makes more sense to take it either mid drinking or after, because now you're replenishing yourself.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
But maybe it's a mental thing. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, it works for me, so I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have my fridge doctor.
Did you get some, Gak, or not?
Yeah. Well, Thursday night I didn't have any at all, and Friday morning I was feeling it. I couldn't barely eat half my breakfast.
Oh no!
Like, but then Friday, trying to think who brought it. Was it Carrie? Yeah, you brought one. Who brought one?
Yep.
And that was I probably had
like this.
Yeah. But
bacon and eggs.
So Friday, it was, I don't know what time it was, maybe 6 or 7 or 8, somewhere in there. I probably had 3 or 4 beers at that point, and it seemed perfect. That was like perfect timing. 3 or 4 in.
Your buzz starting to hit. Yeah.
Yep.
I did certainly stay up later. Like I was up till 3:30. I'm like, holy cow! I can't believe I'm. I'm usually super tired by now. And then I was fine the next morning. Eating breakfast was all good, and basically did the same thing Saturday night. I did feel dehydrated, like you said, Jimbo. You still feel that, but you don't have the stomach turning.
It's the stomach that yeah.
Don't you guys get the aches and pains? It feels like someone's kicked your ass or something. You're just like,
yeah.
Oh, I get that. Yeah, just achy.
Yeah, for me, the big thing, it's always in the gut. Like I can deal with being
upset
dehydrated,
stomach,
having a dry mouth.
Yeah.
Even a headache, I can deal with. But if I have that gut, that's what keeps me from wanting a beer.
All I know is I didn't have that feeling that we had that hangover last Grinkers. I didn't have that at all 3 days.
And that was me too. I'm like, holy fuck! I remember I told Andrew was the same way. I'm like, Andrew, holy shit! You remember last year we didn't touch a beer until 5 o'clock. It's noon, and we're like, bring it on. And we're drinking. We're not even drinking the Coors Light. We're drinking Blue Moons. We're drinking the IPAs. Whatever. But I do remember Saturday night. Me and Andrew, we had we're like, all right, we need to discuss this. Okay, let's do 2 tonight. And and I'm like, how about this? How about our first buzz? We take the first one, and then we do our another one late at night. Okay. And Sunday, he's like, dude, I feel like $1 million. I'm like, I feel like $700,000. Not quite $1 million, but I'm with you. Yeah.
I think I commented like the and that's totally fine. But I had this kind of like taste in my mouth the next day, in the morning, where it almost like I was chewing on Tums or something.
Yeah.
Like that kind of milk and magnesia, kind of chalky in your mouth.
But that beats a hangover.
That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally.
We stuffed some brands down your throat while you're snoring. No.
Brush your teeth, you'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Brush your tongue too.
Yeah. So I think you guys owe me a big thank you for discovering this.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, all hail Steve, the mighty.
The magic man.
The local
exactly, the magic man.
did not. Yeah, that's the magician. But the GNC didn't have. They only had 4, so I bought them out. They didn't have.
So did you check out Ralph's? Because every time I go to Ralph's, they have an actual spot for it now, like
we don't
an
have
actual aisle thing in the liquor department.
They don't have Ralph's.
Oh, you don't have Ralph's up north?
Ralph's is just Safeway.
No.
Yeah,
it would be at Ralph's.
I mean, we have like 6 GNCs around here. I just go to the same one, and they have 4.
I'm just gonna Amazon it anyway.
It's funny because the GNC dudes,
that's what I did.
Most of the GNC dudes know what it is. Like the dude's like, I'm like, do you have more of these? And he's like, what is it? I'm like, never too hungover. Let me check here, and he's
let me check alcoholic.
Like, we have 4. We have 4. It says in stock. I'm like, yeah, these 4. Okay, I'll buy them.
Yeah. I know. I bought some. I bought like 4 of them at Ralph's, and they're like looking at me like, oh, so I guess you're gonna be partying hard. I'm like, mind your own business.
Right? I know. I hate it when they comment. I do. I hate.
I don't need comments.
I thought this was a health store. You fucker. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't need comments on when I purchase things. I don't appreciate that at all.
I would like to actually buy another box. I would like to have like 10 in my fridge, but I've got 4, so
I'm gonna get some.
Maybe that's the key. Maybe you don't want too many in your fridge. You don't want to rely on them. Yeah.
Well, you're not supposed to drink more than 3 in a day.
Is that what it says?
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it says otherwise you're supposed to drink 1 every 5 drinks or something.
No, it says not to exceed 3.
But not exceed 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, otherwise you grow another eye and arm.
Totally. Well, no, I think probably then your pee turns green and smells like ass.
Your penis shrinks.
Oh, that's what happened to mine.
It's like
your pee smells like ass, and ass smells like pee.
Yeah, right. That's all just not good.
Why is everybody always tripping on?
Me.
I need another beer myself.
Oh, yeah,
I'll let's talk about sobering up, and I need another beer.
$23 or something like that.
Yeah.
I got.
Oh yeah, it's like
$23.99.
Yeah, it was $24 on Amazon. $23.99.
Free shipping with Prime. So.
Yep, mine just arrived today.
I love just going to the hotel and they were right there. You know.
Yeah.
So I had them shipped to the hotel. That was great that Griffin thought of that. Oh, we have your package for you, Mr. Bond.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I bought that one GNC out of them. That was funny.
Oh, you bought like the case?
Yeah, they had two cases. They had a dozen of them. So I'm like, I'll take them all.
Did you get a comment?
Oh yes. Yeah, people can't help it.
I know.
They're all asking for her number.
Right.
Hey, party girl.
Yeah, this girl knows how to party.
Actually, it was funny. It was actually a young woman who helped me find it and checked me out the register. And she was like, yeah, like what's the event or what's going on? You got a party plan or something? I'm like, and then I told her about Grinkers, and she's like, oh, really? And she was all excited because apparently her dad, of all things, talked about iRobot was like his favorite, and so she grew up since she was like 3 years old playing iRobot. I'm like, oh yeah, so they have an iRobot over at Grinkers. So she was also excited. I'm like, my God, this is like, what are the chances that the girl at GNC would know iRobot of all things? Although hopefully Steve that joystick's fixed by the time that her father. I was bummed. I was so excited I'm like, because I know I need to rebuild my joystick, and so I was excited to go and play that one, and then it was down.
I didn't even get to play it. Yeah.
No, I didn't either.
I have one in my living room.
An iRobot. Oh, you told the girl, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've got that robot in my living room. No big deal.
Well, I did tell her that. I know exactly. I did tell her that I had one and actually the guy who helped me when I got the rental car at the airport, he was, so what are you doing here? Blah blah blah. And he had actually, Mock, you'll appreciate this. He had a MAME. Or actually, no, I take it back. He didn't have a MAME, but his buddy,
he's the MAME lover.
Yeah, he had some game, and his buddy was like would turn games into MAME machines. It's like, this is really cool. So the games that aren't very popular, my friend buys those and turns them into MAME.
Oh no, I don't do that.
I know, and I just had to hold my tongue. It's like,
don't do it.
Ow, that hurts,
dude. Not to divert, to get off topic here, but did you see what Dave just posted? The burn on Brian's asteroids is a mega race.
Oh,
yeah, 100%. 100%.
We're trying to figure out what that 7 was and all that.
No, you could see the box, and you could see the ships. I just googled a screenshot. I wouldn't even thought of it because I've never played a mega race before. It's all Grinkers.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's an Omega race.
An Omega race. Wow.
That's
they must have swapped it out. I mean, it's not crazy, bro. But what are those little star-looking things? Those ships you're killing. An Omega race.
Yeah, but to think that we were trying to figure out what the hell that was, and then we get a Grinkers, and it's like, oh, there it is.
Hawk or something. Yeah.
Well, I didn't realize it until just now. I went to get a beer, and it's next to the fridge. And I'm looking, I go, race. So I did screenshot. I'm like, yep, it's a mega race.
Awesome.
I got stopped in security on the way on the way into the airport in Idaho. They're asking me all about Grinkers and stuff, because I had my Grinkers shirt on. He goes, what was that? You're another person I've seen with that shirt. I'm like, oh, it was a Grinkers event. What's that? Then I got to explain it. Oh,
I brought my poker chips like I did to Brofest. And I didn't. And when we went back on Sunday, I came back through on Monday. He goes, weren't you here yesterday? I'm like, yeah, I had to leave and come back because I couldn't get on my flight. 'Cause you remember the poker chips? I didn't even bring it up. It was more hassle than it was worth.
Yeah. They're checking out your poker chips.
Yeah, the guy's like looking at every one. I'm like, dude, you're such a moron.
Oh, come on.
He's like his finger and every. I'm like, dude, come on.
What's he looking for?
Right?
I don't
Can't put a bomb in that.
It's like because they're styling all their poker chips. Oh, is that what they are? Because I could see they're like stopping the scan, and I'm like, it's fine. And then I even took them out, and then out of the bag, and then they still made me go over. I mean, it was fine. We made the flight, but I was like, you kidding me? Or I didn't make the flight, but I was still, on Monday we got there at 5:30 a.m. or 5.
Oh, to make sure you
trying to get on 5. Yeah, well, we did it. It didn't work out anyway. I didn't get out till 8:30, and then Brian went to Seattle and sat there, then ended up buying a ticket back to Buffalo. But
wow,
but it
doesn't always work out, I guess.
Last year I said all day in Salt Lake, and then this year I had an extra day. That's why I felt like, because I was there Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night.
I just want to get home.
I got there Thursday. I know, dude. I woke up Sunday night like at 2 a.m. I'm like, I've been here too long. This isn't right. I had this weird guilt feeling like I've been gone because I left so early on Thursday. If I had took a later flight and got there at 10 o'clock or something, or noon. And I'm like, oh my God, it's just too long.
That's
I don't know how you survived, slave. It doesn't matter. Prepare to terminate.
Sark. Yeah, at the airport, they canceled a bunch of flights because the storms that hit. So when Keith and I got there, when we got our tickets, it actually showed our seat number on the screen, but when we got our tickets, it didn't show the seat number on our ticket. I didn't see that. So then Keith and I sit down and we wait 3 hours till it's time. And I noticed people are going up and yelling at the lady because what's happening is as they brought in people, because they told people to come back the next day that had their flights canceled, and they're giving them all our seats. So I go, I wonder what's going on there. So I look at my ticket and it doesn't have a seat number. I'm like, oh shit, it says see attendant. So I go up and talk to her and she goes, oh yeah, we gave your seats away to the people from yesterday that had their flights canceled. I go, but we were here 3 hours ago when we checked in at the kiosk. She's like, yeah, but you got to check in with me afterwards. I'm like, oh Jesus. So she had to go on the loudspeaker and ask if anybody would give up their seats so Keith and I could get back home. And they offered up to $500 gift card or whatever. Yeah, voucher. And so 2 people gave it up so they could get a $500 voucher so Keith and I could get home. So yeah, that was nice. We still had to stop at San Francisco and get another flight, but yeah, such a hassle. I don't.
Every airline was offering stuff. That's why Brian and I knew we weren't going to get out because one flight they're offering $1,000 per person.
Oh wow!
Oh shit! I would have eaten that up. I've never had that happen to me. Never. When that they've offered, hey, we're giving out vouchers. I'm like, fuck. Because I would totally take one of those.
Now, do those expire? Because then you could just use that to go to Grinkers, every year.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah,
I don't know if they expire. You just have to buy your ticket by the time.
You know what I should do? Fuck, that'd be a gamble though. I would love to buy a ticket for sometime on Sunday next year for Grinkers, and plan on leaving Monday and just hope that that's the thing though. That never happens to me. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Come on, give me something.
It's everywhere had hurricanes but us.
The only way to do that is either buy a ticket for the Wednesday before Thanksgiving or the Sunday after. Go somewhere Wednesday before or the Sunday after because that's always the case.
Because I fly mostly Delta, sometimes United. So and I feel like everyone I talk to is oh yeah, they always have delays and cancellations and blah blah blah. And I'm like, but That's never happened to me. I mean, that's probably a good thing. Yeah, my flights are on time, whatever. But I never get these crazy good deals.
So those vouchers don't expire. They're good for whenever.
I don't know if they might be good for a year. Cousin Brian got paid off in cash last year, like
Cash.
$2,300 cash, because him and his family were going to Florida. A family of 4, wife and son, younger son went, and then him and the son, who's like a sophomore in high school, said they're going to go home. They got $2,300. They went home, took the first flight in the morning, or whatever. They got there at 3 the next day. The wife and the other kid didn't even get there till 1 in the morning. They got $2,300. He goes, shit, it paid for the air, paid for the whole trip.
Yeah.
They just said because they were oversold. Yeah, he goes, dude, it was sweet.
Yeah.
Well, Carrie, you've gotten vouchers quite a bit before. Like, do they expire?
Yes, 1 year. For me, Brofest and Grinkers were free. I didn't pay for either of those flights because I'd had an original flight a while back where I ended up with a $500 voucher, and they bumped me up to first class, and I used that $500 voucher to pay for Brofest, and then I ended up getting an offer to take a later flight flying to Brofest, which I took up on, and actually my later flight ended up leaving earlier than the flight if I'd stayed on, and they gave me a $350 voucher, and I used that to pay for Grinkers. And then sadly, although they had at one point kind of said that they wanted volunteers, this is all United, and they actually ended up not needing volunteers, because in fact I saw the time runners at the airport, and I was like, oh yeah, nope, I'm on the volunteer list. I'll take a later flight. I'm all good. It was out of SFO, but sadly, somebody else, I guess, and some guy didn't show because I was like the waiting list or the volunteer, but one person ended up not showing, so they didn't need my volunteer seat. I'm like, damn it, I wanted to keep that going. That was awesome.
So the thing to take away from this is always fly United if you want.
Oh, totally. That's the only airlines that I've regularly been able to get like those offers. I've seen it on Delta, but I've never actually been able to. Delta does a thing where you bid on it, which is kind of interesting. So they're like, so when you go to check in, they say, hey, this flight's overbooked. Would you be willing to take another flight? And if so, how much compensation would you want? And they give you choices. So basically you can so you're bidding against other passengers. Somebody, I might be like, oh, I'll take $300, and somebody else might be like, I'll take $200, so they can pick the $200. That's dirty pool.
That's low.
That actually brings me up to something I wanted to bring up tonight. Is I'm sick and tired of these fucking make me an offer posts.
Oh yeah,
they're coming up everywhere now, and on Facebook, this make me an offer. And if you actually put a public offer in, they'll fucking delete your post and say, no, you need to send it to me as a PM. So in the end, nobody knows what anybody's bidding. You don't know what the final price was.
Yeah.
These things are starting to get out of hand. It's ridiculous.
I hate
like,
that.
if you're selling something, you should know what you fucking want for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do this bullshit mocking. No, not mocking, but,
I'd have nothing to do with it.
That's right.
Trying to get fake mock prices for things.
Well,
don't
my understanding is that if you're putting up a make me an offer, it means that you're very open. You're very open to offers. Like you basically want the shit to move. Versus,
it's not the way. It is now, though.
No, it is. It isn't. But that's the way it should be. Like that. That's always been my understanding. If you put up a make me an offer, it's like a Craigslist ad where it's like,
I just want to go.
Yeah, I want it out of here.
Right.
If you do a for sale, that's different. You have a set price. Okay, here I want $300, but I'm open to offers. That's one thing. But if you put a make me an offer, that's basically, in my interpretation, it's okay. You want the shit out of here. You're looking for you're looking for some money, but you're not selling this to make a profit. Like, you just want this gone.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be a dickhead about it. Like, okay, if I lowball you, okay, counter at least.
See, that's the thing. I hate if you over
Night, Dave.
Way underbid it. Was Dave out of here?
He was like, gotta go.
Gotta go
later. Yeah, no, you don't want to like offer something too low, and then they're like, nah, fuck you, and then you're out of it, completely. So it's.
Well, there was one. It was actually on Craigslist when I was in Portland. I was like, well, I'm here. I'm renting a trailer. I've got room. And it was just posted. It was a make me an offer one. And the guy even admitted like it didn't work or anything. And so I just threw him an offer. Threw him an offer of $150 for a non-working, non-tested missile command, which I didn't really care. I already have a missile command, but I was going to get it for my brother. And he comes back to me the next morning. Oh, I've had 7 people reply. The highest offer was $300. So, you know, if you want to bump up from 300 from 150, but you never know. These are just offers. They might not come through with it.
Oh, great.
And I'm like, so you're telling me you got nobody else fucking putting an offer in, and what you really want is 300, and you want me to move my 150 up? I said, I'll do 200, and that's all I can do. And
if it falls through, let me know. Otherwise, so long, fucker.
Well, and then he ended up saying that to me. I'm like, well, dude, I don't live here. I'm here on vacation. I've got a trailer. I picked up other games. I'm leaving tomorrow, and that's it. He's like, well, I can't show it today. I can only show it tomorrow. I'm like, well, then you lost your sale. I fucking hate these things. That's what that's what the Jen May is starting to do now a lot on Facebook. I remember I mentioned her. I got the Pandora's Palace stuff from her. A lot of her stuff now is make me an offer. And that stuff just bugs me, and it's all private. Like none of it's, and even on Club, it's all private. So you can't even 3 years from now track what prices we're going for.
No,
and that's
you can't see a history of anything anymore.
The only thing, and it's not even related but like the only thing that tracks that is eBay, unfortunately. Where you can look up sold listings. And fuck you, Clav.
I think that's why a lot of the prices of shit are getting artificially inflated. I don't think prices are really as stupid as they are. I think it's because of all of that kind of bullshit that people are having to do that because they want a game, and nobody has patience.
Right.
Yeah. Oh no. I ran into it like 3 or 4 times this past week, and I was just like, oh my god, I need to talk about this. So whoever's listening out there, if you do make me an offers, fuck you.
If you do make me an offer, you better be willing to accept an offer, not this stupid bullshit.
Yeah. Well, no. If you want to take offers, put it up on auction as a fucking bidding site. Then put it up on eBay. That's what eBay is. The only difference is that they're public. You can see what other people are offering. It's not fucking private, so you have no clue if someone's doing $25 to my 150 or $700 to my 150. It's just wasting my time. I hate it.
Right.
I hate it.
Yeah, but how do you really feel? Don't worry about you, Brad. You're holding it in.
That dog is almost as big as you.
and it's a puppy.
Yeah, I know. It's actually just an optical delusion. She's only about 34 pounds. She's just a little thing.
Oh,
wow, Carrie, you're only like 40 pounds.
Exactly. Time for me to eat some more carbs.
Come on, put some meat on those bones.
Exactly.
And a side note for the flight stuff, I've only ever gotten a voucher for a muffin before.
Oh, wow. That sucks.
And actually, if you read the back of the voucher, the back of the voucher said that if you accept this coupon for a muffin, then you were releasing the airline of all responsibility for your flights being missed and late and stuff.
That better be a damn good muffin.
Best muffin in the whole wide world.
So all these people were grabbing them.
Heaven?
All these people were grabbing them, and we were reading it. So you put them back up on the table, and people actually were starting to put them up in the air and telling people that if you take this voucher, you're basically giving them the right to cancel your flights. And all these people ran up to the desk and put all their vouchers back on the table.
Wow.
Yeah, because they weren't reading
their muffins.
Well, the voucher for the muffin.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just the tops.
Just exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, if it was just the tops, that might have been okay. Those are better.
Muffin tops. I don't want the stumps.
Yeah. Where's the rest of it?
Yeah, you can't throw these in the dumpster. Yeah.
That's such a great episode.
Yeah, it's really.
Where's the rest of it? Are they giving the bums?
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't want that. I want the top.
Where's the top? Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't accepting them. Yeah.
And
But
then
it's a
Lane's
free
like,
muffin.
Kramer, this is your mission. All right. And tries to like toss them away.
Check 12 says that make me an offer or just price checks. Those people aren't serious about selling. No, I've had some people that are totally serious about selling it. They're just doing it blindly so they can get the stupid offer because people don't know what games are worth. They'll put a dumb offer.
Well,
in,
am I the only one am I the only one that looks when someone posts a want to buy or anything actually on Clov? One of the first things I do is I look at when they joined Clov. Because that gives me an indicator of how long they've been in this hobby. A little bit of an indicator. I mean, I know a lot of people have been in the hobby longer before they joined Clov. But if I see something that's like 2015, I'm like, oh, you're fucking new and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I mean, that's what gets into my head.
Yeah.
I never ever done that.
Oh, I always look at when they joined because then it's like, oh, okay, well.
I mean, most of the stuff I'd normally buy would be local to Seattle guys or whatever. But there's just some games that aren't in this area. Like there's no space apps. There isn't any. And I've had the opportunity to get some off of online back east, but it's to make me an offer stuff, and I'm putting offers in, and then they'll come back and say, no, we're looking at more like this price. I'm like, well,
why didn't you post that to begin with?
That's the offer I put in. It's just a waste of time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get pissed on Craigslist where people still sell shit high that's broken, you know, and they'll say some stupid comment like, "Oh, it should be an easy fix."
Right.
Well, how do you know?
This is right, and this is worth triple.
Yeah.
Just
Like I
bite.
saw like a Street Fighter for like $800 today on Craigslist, and it was broken. And then they wrote, "Oh, it should be an easy fix."
That's $100 game right there.
Yeah, it's like what the fuck.
Well,
a lot of money. It wasn't even a big blue or anything.
If it's just a fuse or a easy fix or it's just a little easy monitor cap kit thing, why don't you fix it yourself and sell it?
I just saw a meme on Facebook that said that if it's just a fuse, why don't you fucking put one in? That was
Sell it, you fucker.
Nice.
If it's just a fuse, put it in and make more money.
So I've been helping Griffin find games on list, you know, and I found him a game that I wrote in. I wrote a $250 Tempest plays blind. Get it? That's what I wrote.
Yeah, fuck yes.
And Griffin responds, "Oh, we already picked it up. He's picking it up tomorrow." They're already all over it.
Of course.
Wow.
So.
Yeah. Any good pickups, you guys?
Not for me.
No, I'm just planning on a pickup of my own game that's been in storage. Yeah.
I got the.
I'm hoping to move Arkanoid in here within the next month. Yeah.
I haven't talked about what I picked up, did I? Besides my cabarets?
No.
No. So in Portland,
600 PCBs. That's going to be my guess. At $10 each. No.
In Portland, one of the things we like to do is go to all of the cool.
I'm sorry, it wasn't $250, it was $450. But they got it for $4. Sorry. $400 for that Tempest. That's still pretty good.
Yeah. So yeah, when we're in Portland, we always like to go to all the thrift shops and stuff like that on Hawthorne Street, which is a big ass long, really funky vibe kind of street. And I was just bagged from driving all day and stuff. So my wife and kid went in. And she said as soon as she walked in the door, there was a battle zone sitting there. And she knew I'd be interested. So she talked to them and they were asking $350 for it. And so she went out and she asked some questions and stuff. And she went out and got me, and I came in, and basically this it's mint. It's a little dirty, but nothing crazy. Inside
is the one without the viewfinder thing.
Yeah, this is the one without the periscope on it.
Yeah, is that something you attached later that got broken off or something, or what?
No, it was an option. The periscope or non-periscope was an option when you bought them from the factory.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because it actually would have to replace this wood that's here, right? This wood wouldn't be here around the outside of it. And the bezel and the marquee, I believe, is different as well. And these ones I believe are a little bit more rare because almost everybody wanted the periscope. The problem is that other people can't watch you play with the periscope. So a lot of people like the ones without the periscope so that other people can actually see what's happening on the screen.
And some battle zones don't have that footstool thing in the front.
Right. Yeah. And this one does. I mean, it needs to be the little rubber on it needs to be replaced. And this thing's mint. Like there's not a chip taken out of the sides. The T molding's like mint. The inside is absolutely mint. And what they told me was it was on commission at the store, at this thrift store, antique kind of store. And he said, yeah, it was playing here, but then it would play for like 2.5 hours, and it would just kind of intermittently come on and off. And they said, well, a new part's been ordered for it, and it should be shipped here. And I said, well, can I open it up, make sure everything's in there, and make sure it's not a 60-in-1 inside the damn thing. Well, you never know, right?
Machine.
You never know. It could be a 60-in-1 or something playing or MAME playing just battle.
That's right.
You never know.
It could be a Raspberry Pi in there. You don't know.
Yep. And so he couldn't find the keys, and so he called the owner that it's being put on commission for, and the owner's like, "Oh, I took the keys with me. I'll bring them back later tonight." And so he asked me if I'd come back the next day, which I did. And so he gave me the keys, and I opened it up, and I mean, it was mint inside, absolutely mint. And there was one board that was not plugged in.
Oh.
And so I plugged it in, and the game started playing intermittently. Before that, the day before, I turned it on, and nothing was happening. And so I called the guy. We called the owner guy again, and I just said, well, I plugged this board in, and now it's coming on intermittently. And he goes, well, that's what I said. If you have that board plugged in, it'll play intermittently. But if you pull it out, it won't. The PCB won't play. I'm like, that's fine, but how do I know that the PCB is not screwed still? Because I can't play the game because it's just flashing on and off.
Yeah.
I can see the game coming up, and it would just flash on and off like this. And I said, that doesn't tell me that it's not the PCB that's the problem, or even some sort of problem with the power supply. He goes, well, we just had the power supply rebuilt. I'm like, that's fine, you can say that, but I don't know that he did. And he goes, well, I've put a bid on another that board that's in there. I put a bid on that, and because that's what's wrong with it. And I'm like, well, how do you know that's wrong with it? It says it comes up still. It's just intermittent. He goes, well, I don't really know. I'm an EM pinball guy. This is my very first foray into video games, and I had it and it worked and started doing this, so I'm just trying to sell it through the store. I'm like, okay. And so I offered $250 for it, and we came to an agreement of $300, which is what I figured I was going to pay for it. And it's a loose connector. That's all it is. The one board you just pull to the side and it totally just stays on.
Oh, don't you love that? That's awesome.
Well, I kind of knew that's what it was because like you said, the one board's like not working, and that's why the game's resetting. It's like, no, that's not what it is. The game's just it's turning on and off, like the whole screen's the tube's like going off and coming back on and going off. And when it's doing it, so is all the other stuff as well. Like the lights, like the start button's doing it.
Oh, the whole shebang.
Yeah, everything was just doing it. So it was totally just a connector. And so I was like, okay, I'll take this. No problem. And then one of the cool things I showed you guys in our Slack group, but I'm just trying to look for it here now. Inside it was a receipt. I thought originally it was for the game, and then the wife pointed out it wasn't for the game. But it was a receipt from Atari in 1983 for the manual for Battlezone. So I guess either the guy lost it or maybe, I don't know, for some reason never got it. But yeah, this is an original shipping order from Atari to this guy in Oregon somewhere for a manual from 1983, which I thought was pretty. I mean, and this was just folded up inside the cabinet on the floor. And this is the condition of the paper 35 years later. So like the inside of the cabinet is absolutely mint. There's like no dust, there's no watermarks, there's no nothing inside the bottom of it. So I think it was home use only.
That's cool. So you don't mind that it doesn't have the periscope feature?
I prefer not to have the periscope.
Oh, really?
Oh, huh.
Because when I play at Grinkers and stuff, and I play Blue Shark, and I'll go and like do the Black and White Challenge, and then I was going over and I was playing Seawolf, my neck was fucking killing me. Just the bending over and looking through the periscope all the time. And so, no, I'd prefer it this way. This way, other people can watch you play as well. Like, you can't normally see people play when you're playing Battlezone. Like,
yeah.
Hard to watch them. So, no, I don't mind it.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's a good deal too.
that
$300?
is. Yeah.
Yeah, $300. Yeah.
For a mint
That's great.
Battlezone, pretty much, right?
Yeah. And it was funny because actually I went to this old game. Rich and Kendra asked if we wanted to come and check out their shop, so we went and checked out the shop.
Oh, that'd been cool.
Yeah, and it was funny. As soon as I walked in, the very first thing I saw on the floor was a Battlezone periscope.
Oh,
set up. Sitting on the floor, I'm like, I could probably use that if I really wanted one, but I don't really want one. So
that's glinky dink.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if I really mentioned it that much. So yeah, we went there and they gave us the full grand tour of all of their.
Wow.
Do they have a bunch of employees or just them two?
No, it's just the two of them.
Okay. So you got to see like what he was lately working on printing and stuff like that.
Yep, and I saw where he does his like full side art stuff. I saw where he does the T-shirts. I saw where his big printer was printing some stuff out.
Is it like a big plotter printer or what? What does he use?
Yeah, and then but it also does. You can put a blade in it, and so he prints it, and then either it prints it and then it will cut it out to shape, or he prints it and it has registration marks on it, and then he takes it off and just inspects everything. Then you can actually put it back in, and it'll register it to those marks, and then you can actually get it to cut it out after the fact. So you can kind of batch do it like that.
So it can just like laser.
But he had like artwork. It was when my wife took pictures. So they have a little daughter, Stormy, which is
yeah, she's cute.
She's 9 years old, I think.
Yeah.
So we were kind of getting the tour and talking with Rich and Kendra. So my son was him and Stormy were just kind of playing on the ground. My wife took a picture and she's like, yeah, it's funny. They just take a picture and literally right beside him is a stack of food fight marquees like this tall, just sitting on the ground. They're like kind of playing on them, and artwork was just everywhere. It was awesome.
Wow.
And that's what I mentioned, Carrie. I mentioned
I need
that the Clacks thing, and he's like, he's like looking through stuff. He's like, I got a Clacks. A new old stock Clacks side art, cabaret side art right here somewhere. He goes, I can't find it. And he looks over another stack. Oh, I can't find it. He goes, well, yeah, I'll scan it and I'll get it done and just let her know. And
yeah, no, I need to. Yeah, thank you for the reminder. I've thought of that a time or two, but never at a good time when I'm in front of a computer. Yeah, I will email him because that would be awesome. And there were other people in that thread that Francis started who were asking about who were like, oh yeah, great, love to get that.
Yeah,
that side art.
Stuff is just it's time. He's got so much stuff, and I mean, he had there was artwork everywhere, like absolutely everywhere. And there was artwork where he has artwork
where the sun don't shine.
Yeah, underneath stacks of other artwork. Artwork that's literally like there's maybe a little mark on it, or the green is not quite the right, like maybe it's one shade off of green, and he's done a bunch of prints, and that stuff just goes into the garbage.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
he'll get an angry customer if he sent that out.
Except for I was like, I'll take it all because I put two games side by side. I don't care. Right?
Yeah.
So I actually ended up getting like a Burger Time marquee fairly cheap because there was an issue with it, and he was offering all this other stuff, like a lot of it for free. And I was like, well, let's just wait. I'm not going to take all this stuff off you for free. Because I mean, I don't see why you couldn't sell stuff as seconds. Sell it for 50% of the price or something.
Because he sells quality.
That's
right. He does. He does. Indeed.
He does. Yeah,
he does.
And that's how you know he's a stand-up business, and
that's why it's worth the wait for most.
Yep, exactly. Yep, and I'm in no hurry for the Clacks side art, so it's all good. Although I won't say that to him. Don't listen if you're listening. You didn't hear that, Rich or Kendra.
Kendra, I think does listen sometimes. So
yeah,
and they do want to get on. They said they do want to get on the show. So
yeah, that would be awesome.
But
we got Clint listening right now.
I know. I feel like
hi, Clint.
Yes.
Oh,
thanks for refereeing us.
And why am I watching us?
Right.
Yeah, I just thank them for saying my stupid score.
Yeah. I was like, what's a nice guy like you doing watching it
in a place like
show
this?
like this? A crappy show like this.
Do you come here often?
Exactly. No
Where
one
I
into
was,
that.
I'm normally all polite, and I've just been dropping f-bombs like crazy tonight. Telling all the people
talking
who
like
do
me.
fixing offers.
Welcome to the sailor chat.
Yeah.
I know. I've been called out for cursing more than you boys do.
Oh wait, let's plug Clint.
Yeah.
You know, Clint should actually join this. He can talk. He can plug his own tournament. But
yes,
Clint has an arcade. So for you new viewers, Clint is one of Orcade's official referees for taking scores. Orcade is like the new Twin Galaxies. Let's be fair.
Yeah, and his name on all the forums is Nashvillean.
For life.
Yeah,
for life actually. No, but no, Clint's good shit. And Orcade's kind of the new.
He's good
the
shit.
New way of, well, come on, yeah. He probably can't hear us. No, but no. Anyways, so Clint's one of our main refs for all these tournaments. For those of us,
he works ridiculous hours. And last Grinkers, not this last one, but the one before, he was sick as a dog, and he worked.
And he does not enjoy himself. Well, he does not drink.
16 hours a day. Yeah.
Yeah. So Clint is running his own tournament in Tennessee, in Nashville, I believe, in a couple of weeks coming up here. Clint, can you post what's the name of it? Is there a name for?
And where is it? Is it an arcade? Is it
it's in Tennessee. It's in,
in an event hall or an
arcade? I believe it's in an event hall. But I'm sure he'll post shortly.
Or
it's the tape delay,
right? There's a little delay. Yep.
Yes.
You could always just put. I don't know how we would send him the link, but.
Oh wait, I
oh, there we go. Grand Old Game Room in Nashville. Is where the tournament's going to be.
I'm trying to.
And what are Clint? What are the exact dates? Come on! We're trying to help you out here. Let's do this.
Yeah, why?
There we go.
Wait, how come our viewership has gone up in the last one?
Clint brings them. No,
he totally does. He's a big name.
I don't think if I actually went to that place when I was in Nashville.
I've never been. I would love to go. I wish I could have made this. I unfortunately can't. I have some work stuff going on.
Here, I can show it. It's a Grand Old Game Room Expo, I believe, is what he's trying to
actually just pull this November 11th through 13.
Well, it's too late because this is about to happen.
Oh yeah!
Boom!
Boom goes the dynamite. Woohoo!
And boom goes the dynamite.
Oh, and Mock's gonna like this. Look what he's got here. Mock Dragon's Lair on
his lair.
Yeah, it's just missing a main machine.
So that we've got the Nashville Arcade and Pinball Expo Grand Old Game.
You be quiet.
So anyone within like a 4-state radius should be visiting this event because Clint is the shit.
It's gonna have over 200 arcade games, all set to free play. 20 minutes south of Nashville in the Cool Springs Galleria Shopping and Business District. Franklin, I stayed at the Franklin Marriott actually when I was there like a year or two ago.
Yeah, right. No,
I actually did. You can even ask my wife. Never been there before, and we went there because we heard it was really cool. Lots of antique shopping. It was awesome.
Yeah, and this is Veterans Day weekend, so some folks might have it off and therefore have a little more time to be able to go over there. And
this is a Clint event, so if you guys are looking for a world record on something, this is your chance.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it's open Friday 4 to 4 a.m. Holy
woo, jeez.
Damn, what you got to say about that, Steve? No.
I know, right?
Saturday 10 a.m. to 4 a.m. and then 10 a.m.
although
5 p.m. on Sunday.
Yeah, with your 3 o'clock close.
And the console and tabletop rooms are open 24 hours.
Ouch.
Oh shit, Steve Hertz is in the chat too. Damn, we got everyone.
I know, right?
I want to bring up Steve's event since he's here. Steve Hertz has an event that's coming up in, let's see, November 12th, and it starts at 4, and it has, that's the SC3 event that Carrie and I attended.
That's
not the last one, the second to the last one we just had.
Is that the one that's in the house, or it used to be in the house?
In the house.
In the house.
His garage and backyard, and then sometimes it's at Kalen's arcade. That's the one that Carrie went to.
It's SC3, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
I like Steve's because I like this. He puts up a huge screen and he projects arcade related document. There it is. Yeah, go to the what's the website name? Is it just sc3.com or something?
It is sc3videogames.com.
Okay, there you go. So go there to get more info about attending. But they if you're in trading games like Genesis or NES or anything like that, a lot of people do game trades there or buy, sell, that kind of stuff. They also have classic arcade games consoles in laid out on tables. But when Steve projects on the giant projector,
right there, I see it.
No, that was at Kalen's.
That's Kalen's, yeah.
Yeah, 2084. He plays not only documentaries, but just like commercials from old video games like Atari and stuff like that. So it's kind of funny. And then at some point, they actually disconnected all that and they put in, I forget what game system it was. It was a 10-player Bomberman we played. Steve, maybe you can chime in on what game system that was.
I'd like to know
November 12th. Yeah.
If SC3, like the Nashville one, do they supply hookers to all the contestants?
Yeah. Yeah, you have to get your own hookers.
Oh, you have to get your own hookers.
But it was pretty fun. I always have a good time when I go to that. That's actually where I first met Steve. Knew him from Clov and stuff, but or actually no, I think I knew him from John's IRC chat.
Well, it's sc3videogames.com if you guys are interested. Actually, let's go back to the grand old.
There's a ton of arcade games there too and everything. I mean,
grandoldexpo.com is the other one. I didn't give a plug for the domain name. There you go.
Yep.
So like certain games that you might not see everywhere, like remember that at CAX in the tournament you had bricks, or no, actually he had the alternate name for it. What was it? It's that one where those blocks are moving side by side, and you got to move up and try and get the girl. You got to get her gifts to get to the top.
Right? Yeah, you were good at that one.
Zizax. Right?
Zizax. That's it. That's a weird name.
Nicely done, Mike. Yeah.
Okay. Steve says it was Sega Saturn 10-player Bomberman. Yeah, that was a blast. 10 people were all with controllers playing that at once, and since it's projected, it's you can see everybody, and it's just craziness. If you ever had a chance to play that, that's a lot of fun. So anyway, if you're interested in going to the event, it's a blast. You got classic arcade games there. You've got the consoles. You got the trading. You got the videos to watch, and there's tons of food. You just pay some money at the door to get in. I think it's like $10 or something. But yeah, it's good times.
That is Steve's saying it's November 12th.
Yeah, November 12th. I think it starts at 4. People start rolling in.
Same weekend as the Grand Old Game Room. So one's a West Coast, one's an East Coast thing.
In fact, that's where I met Keith, actually. I was the creeper that walked by him and said, "Hey, I saw you in
he's an easy creeper. He'll sneak up on you. Yeah. You believe it." No way.
Was that because you saw him in one of the movies or whatever?
Yeah, remember where we were doing that chat on the Slack where he says, "I met some creepy guy in Denver," and I said, "No, it wasn't SC3, Keith." That's what that was about. So,
got it.
So,
that's cute.
He says he attracts the creepy.
Yeah, the meme lovers.
Yeah. So,
you'll hack up the control.
Every time Jimbo does the one song and I do the others.
That's right.
So, Carrie, you're going to be in town November 12th?
No, not November 12th. I'm in town on Saturday. And Saturday night, I'll be at 2084.
Oh, this Saturday?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
Maybe I have to go out there then.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Saturday.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah. I wish I was there.
Yeah. Maybe there'll be a special guest appearance by someone else. Who knows?
How many games does Kalen do those guys have out there?
100 and something. 100.
Holy fuck! I didn't think it was that big.
pretty
It
big.
doesn't seem like that many, really.
I thought he does.
It doesn't. I don't.
No.
I mean, I have no doubt that he has that many, but it doesn't seem like there's that many on the floor.
Those are pretty tightly
Yeah, I know
knitted
that's
rows.
It is pretty tight.
I hear you walk by people, you you rub your crotch against people's butts.
Okay, sign me up twice.
There you go.
Excuse me, sir.
Bonus.
All right, what's the
no.
address? I need to know. Yeah, Robbie.
It's Saturday night. Saturday night at Kalen's.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to make a trip out there. I'll talk to Keith and Griffin. Maybe we'll
That'd be awesome.
try to make it out there. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
This is hard. Saturday is usually date night with the wifey, so that'd be figure
Well,
that
you better
out.
shift it to
Bring her.
Friday night.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, I teach on Saturday morning, so I can't. It's hard for me to make a Friday because I have to find a sub to cover for me on Saturdays.
Oh, Steve Hertz says 70 to 80 games in that warehouse.
Wow.
I thought it was 100.
So not
but
100.
almost 100.
But that's still a lot. It's more than I would have guessed. I would have put it at 50, 60 max.
Sorry, I only attend events that have at least 83 games.
If you didn't have all those sit-down games, you'd fit more. But it's kind of cool being able to sit down Star Trek and stuff like that. So
I want a cockpit eyes. Can they make that?
Oh yeah.
I think they have a sit-down Amiga race too there.
Oh, do they?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, cool.
I'd like to sit in something with a 4-way joystick. What a waste.
It's going to be fun. I'm doing a couple of pickups, I believe.
On Saturday?
Mm-hmm. Yep, driving down.
Yep.
Does Kaylin have them for you?
Tom's holding on to the pin I got. And then there's another, just a normal private party person that I'm going to pick up another game from along on the down Highway 5 on my way down to Southern California.
Party person.
So, you're doing all that shit by yourself.
I don't know Tom.
Tom, who he runs he does the Facebook. He does a lot of the repair there at 2084. Tom.
Okay.
He was at
Tommy,
Grinkers.
Yeah.
Little Tommy.
Yeah, no.
Like Tommy the Train.
Yeah, so
are you getting your
my Tales from the Crypt.
Tales from the Crypt. That's
yeah,
right.
Tom picked that up for me.
You're gonna get so sick of that cackle.
That'll be
I know.
terrific.
Yeah, exactly. I'll either be like, "Oh, what was I thinking?" and get rid of it,
What was I thinking?
or I'll be like, "I love this game."
Did you sell your high speed too?
I did sell my Getaway.
Getaway, yeah.
To someone that's actually in this.
He wants to talk about it.
Actually, might be
Is
actually.
that Man on Man?
Yeah.
So when are you getting that?
I have it.
You do?
Yeah.
It's hard, isn't it? That's a hard pin, right?
No, I mean, I love it.
It's a fun pin. It's just hard. Yeah, it's going to take you some time to learn it.
I have to tell you, Gary.
He won the showcase showdown.
I brought it home
and nothing worked.
Dot errors plenty.
I know, but then
I guess I need another beer, don't I?
He flipped it for twice the amount.
Yeah. The very next day, my daughter and wife were like, "Does that thing work right now?" And I'm like, "Well, I have to fix a flipper, but I'm like, yeah, you can go out and play it." And they were fighting over to take turns. And,
Oh, that's awesome.
they were out the next night trying to play, and my wife was like, she kept coming out and looking at it, and she's like, "I really like having a pin out here." And so
that's so cool.
Yay!
So all my
Pins
games
bring
are for
people
sale,
together.
and I am now becoming a pin guy.
Join the club. Join the club.
Everything's available. So all so that I can buy one pin.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, but
right?
I
Yay!
don't know, something about it.
That makes me so happy to hear that. That is
people come over, they
awesome.
like variety. So, people play games, they play the pins.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Well, I feel bad because I tried to just adjust the flipper and I made it worse, and so it made it's worse to play. So, and what I ended up doing is when I lifted it up, the coils were mixed, So one coil was a stronger coil than the other one. So I actually ended up ordering parts and just to
when you redo it, just to put in new coils at the same time. Afterwards I thought of like, oh yeah, I should have just ordered coils because it's like the parts don't cost very much. It's the damn shipping.
Yeah. And the wait time too, because everybody's on the East Coast. So they won't show up till tomorrow, and hopefully then it'll be.
Was it like $25 to get a full rebuild kit?
Well, so
it came with a full rebuild kit and a bushing.
Oh, you didn't never do the repair, Carrie?
Free bush.
Yeah, I'll let Mike tell the story. I won't step on it.
Well, no, I wimped out, and because I
love that story.
I started to look at coils, and coils are like $25 to get a pair of coils plus shipping. So what I thought I'd do was I just ordered complete flippers done.
Oh.
It was like a $30 price difference, and then I thought what I would do is take the one coil that was mismatched is actually the coil for the top flipper. So I thought when I pull that one off, I'll rebuild that one, and then all three will be brand new, fresh, and rebuilt. So
yeah. Oh, very good. That's a great idea.
Yeah. So I kind of took the easy route on the two main ones, and then I'll rebuild the other one.
Yeah. Yeah, that upper one. Oh, very good.
Yeah. So right now it plays with like a flipper that's like basically shoots it left.
Oh.
It's a special flipper.
It's a special flipper. Yeah, it went from kind of working okay to like not working at all after because I tried to Keith and Locke, I asked them for some help, and Keith said, oh, just tighten the nut down that kind of clamps on the flipper, and it as soon as I did it, it was like it went tink, and you could tell I must have broke the bolt or it stripped.
Oh no, you stripped it.
Gary, you're off the hook. It's all Keith's fault now.
Exactly.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
if you look at those that I sent you, that clamp was like way over tightened to begin with. So I think
so you just stripped it.
Yeah, it is what it is. I had the rebuild kits. But once I realized I had mixed match coils, I just thought I'll just do it right from the get go. So
you did a swap out and it's okay now, or you haven't done it yet?
I'm waiting on the parts. They come tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
That's exciting.
Yeah,
we need an update.
Yeah.
Just don't leave them on your front steps for someone to steal them.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Right.
Poor Andrew. That sucks so bad.
Yeah. Well, because I checked the coils on at least the lower flippers to make certain that they were the right ones, because I think they were supposed to be mismatched. Is that?
Well,
is that not right? No. Okay.
The way the same.
Yeah, the manual said they were both supposed to be 11/629s, which were the blue ones.
Oh, okay.
The blue and an orange.
It's usually not the coil; it's usually the sleeve, and you got to just replace the sleeve.
Yeah.
So coils usually last forever, unless it's super old. But coils last
or you don't change your sleeve.
You check the manual.
Yeah, it's usually the sleeve that goes out, or the bolt that hits the. What is it?
The plunger.
It gets all flattened out and stuff, and then it doesn't make a smooth. Smooth movement through the shaft.
Well,
I love pinball.
And the sleeve.
Now my tension is.
But yeah, so those are the parts that you should probably replace. I would think is.
Carrie gave me rebuild kits, so I should be all set. But I couldn't have asked for a better reaction though from my daughter and my wife.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my
daughter's face when she saw Medieval Madness. I know the feeling. You're like, you get all excited.
I'm the best dad in the world.
Yeah, I was like, crap. Now I got to buy another one.
So it begins.
Yeah.
You know what though? There's some things out there that aren't like range. I mean, there's some really good stuff out there in the $2,000 range. So you just put a little bit of money aside, every few weeks, and
sell your cars.
Yeah, sell some blood.
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
organ.
Yeah, sell some vids. What do you got? Well,
yeah, as I said, everything's for sale now. You can come on over, and as long as
So like, I'll give you some quick suggestions, or just a list of good low cost games. I think NBA Fast Break is a good one. I think that soccer one. I know Carrie doesn't like it, but I think it's fun. That
most people love it.
Well,
World Cup soccer.
So Mock, the two on my list are. I mean, maybe you can help me. The two that I kind of leaning towards next would be I like World Cup soccer.
That's a blast. I love it.
And I've not played it in the wild. I've only played it on this pinball app. And I how do I say this? I really like the theme. I really like the art. I'm not real hip on the music, and the gameplay is Fishtails.
Oh, yeah.
Fishtails is an awesome game.
I love Fishtails myself.
Yeah, but it's like
Fishtails is awesome.
That music is like
all that kind of shit. It's all hillbilly and shit.
Yeah, I don't know if I can handle that. But it
has one of the best video modes ever. I don't know if you've ever gotten to that.
Yeah.
The video mode
ever
and never. You use torpedoes to shoot like water skiers and boaters out of the water. It's like real violent.
And we have kind of a. It's not a strong lead, but there's a. If GAC is listening still, there's a chance that we might come across a junkyard. I kind of.
Oh no! I love that game. That's an awesome pin.
Yeah, that's another one. I mean, if I could get
that usually goes for $4,000. So if you can get it cheaper than that,
plus 10,
you're golden.
Yeah, it's the guy's asking less, but it's the operator that we went to go see. So.
Oh, I hope you get it. That is such an awesome game. That's what I wanted when I couldn't find my Whirlwind. I'm sorry, Whirlwind. Whitewater. I was looking for a junkyard because they're in the same price range, and it's just I don't know. It's such a silly, weird game, and I don't know. It's just awesome.
Well, so I didn't mean to cut you off. So keep telling me what your choices are for.
So okay. T2 is another great low cost pin.
I played that at Grinkers and I wasn't impressed.
Oh, that one's so like beat up to shit though.
Oh god, the ball was so slow and the flippers sucked. And...
Yeah, that one needed love.
Yeah.
Ooh. What kind of love? Like this kind of love?
Hot loving.
Let's see, what else is a good low cost pin?
Shadow.
Junkyard. Oh, the Shadow. The Shadow is awesome. Yeah,
I think I'm the only one on this planet that actually likes that movie. The Alec Baldwin. I think I'm the only one that actually likes that movie. I think I'm the only one on this planet that likes that movie.
I like it. We actually have all of the Shadow old time radio shows too. We've listened to them all.
Yeah, Andrew was saying that too. I think didn't he? Did he listen to that?
Yeah, my wife has like 80,000 old time radio shows.
My dad said he was addicted to the Shadow, so I'd never heard it.
The Shadow knows.
Yeah.
My folks had the records when I was a kid, and I grew up, and we would turn off all the lights and listen to the records of the Shadow
I saw that movie in the theater.
The Green Hornet. Yeah.
Yes. I saw that movie in the theater with my dad, and my dad gave me the big he told before we could see the movie together, he had to tell me about the shows and give me the whole lowdown about everything. In fact, I think I had to listen to a couple of shows now that I think about it before we could see the movie together because he wanted me to appreciate it before we saw the movie. And I like the movie. I have it. I have it on DVDs, around here. But I thought it was a cool premise.
I just like it when he's the Shadow. I don't like all the in between garbage in that movie.
Right.
I just want him to be the
when he's transforming, when
his nose gets all big.
Yeah, that's so cool. And that's what 94, 95. It's
like half invisible.
Yeah, right. And Tim Curry's in there, and he plays a dumbass. Yeah.
Clint saying Gilligan's Island pin.
I've never played that one.
I don't know if I've played it once. Okay,
Shadow is one of the three I just picked up.
I have two more that are good
cool.
that I like that I want to suggest. Demolition Man, excellent pin, a lot of fun, and there's one other one.
That one's starting to go up in value a little bit.
Yeah, it's. Oh, I know. It's Johnny Mnemonic is pretty fun, even though it's a shitty movie.
Oh. Yeah,
but it's a fun pin though.
Doesn't that one have some issues with breaking? It's a fun pin, but it's hard to keep running.
I've
Isn't
been
it?
That's what I asked him, and he says
for
no.
a pin like you.
He said it didn't have issues.
Oh,
But I don't know. I know people talk about the hand that breaks because I know a lot of people when they post like the hand is working. You know, that's the first thing they write down on their post.
Yeah,
but
Isn't that a song too? The hand that oh no, it's a different song.
The place where I'm not a fan of. I love Doctor Who, and I'm not a fan of the pin.
No.
Yeah, no. And I so wanted to love it, and I'm like, well, I don't know. What's your opinion on Doctor Who, Mock?
I love that game.
I like it too, but I don't like the theme. I don't like Doctor Who though. So
those are all the Doctor Who's that I didn't watch. So I just like the whole hitting things and the elevator thing going up and down. And I don't know. I think it's a fun pin, but yeah, I don't know those doctors from those
the
old episodes.
Yeah, that's it. They need to have one. If they had a David Tennant,
that's where I started watching.
I would be like, I would get like, the pin could suck, and I'd still be like, I must have it.
I just want a David Tennant. Doctor Who.
My wife just wants David Tennant. How about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, there is that.
Chuck is asking me what I think about the new dialed-in pin. And that's a new pin that was just revealed. The people, Jersey Jack, you know how they made like Wizard of Oz, and then they made what was the second pin? The Hobbit. Well, they made a brand new pin that's not even off of a property. You know, like it's not by a movie, and it's not by
time.
Yeah, it's called Dialed In, and it's all done. The theme of it is a cell phone, and I've watched some videos on it, and I don't know. I have to play it to see.
Did you see the features that they listed? That there was a guy that played it and talked about it on Pinside, and they said it distributes tickets, and there's a mode where the LCD shows your face because it's like a cell phone related, right?
Yeah, and does it take your picture while you're playing or something?
Yeah, it takes selfies of you while you're playing.
Yeah, Pat Lawler. Yeah, he's the creator, famous pin creator.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know it took pictures of you. I know that there's connectivity with your cell phone to it.
It's Bluetooth connectivity, a camera, and additional player capabilities through a smartphone.
Yeah. So I heard that it like during like the multi-ball or something, it takes pictures of you or
while you're playing.
Something to that effect.
What? So when you're done with it, someone at the end of it will sell you a $30 picture of yourself, saying, "Hey, look."
I think like it takes the pictures of you and then it like puts your picture into the animations, something to that effect.
Yeah, it's an expensive pin too.
They were just saying like that it was going to be a game that had a lot of like people that will watch while you're playing because of what's going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of toys on the playfield, as you can see in the pictures. Oh, that's this playfield empty. Yeah, I want to play it first before I post judgment, but just from the idea of just a cell phone pinball game just sounds so weird to me. I don't know. I gotta play it.
It sounds like it can be dated pretty quickly.
I know. And why do you call it dialed in? There's no dial tone on a phone anymore. I mean, really, is there? Kids don't know what that is.
Yeah, call it connected or something.
Yeah, call it like networked or something. I don't know.
Visit Bob's when flashing.
Yeah.
Horrible.
I wasn't thrilled when I heard about it. I'll just say that.
Visit Bob when he's flashing.
It's almost like they're trying too hard to do something different.
Yeah, it's just. Keith was telling me he was reading about when it was revealed that some people just got up and left during the presentation. They were so like, about it. I was like, oh man, how sad if you're the one up there promoting your new pinball and people are like walking out of the room.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, I was like, oh. So I'm gonna reserve until I play it.
I like the fact that they didn't do the license thing. I'm getting
sick. Yeah, Game of Thrones and just the cash grab pins that they've been spitting out.
Well, how much of the end price of a pinball is tacked on the licensing fees?
Because of that, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
but then again, this is non-licensed and it's still super high, and I think it's an $8,000 pin if I remember right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of bells.
Get a Medieval Madness for that.
I know. Yeah,
Well,
right. I mean, that's what I would. Yeah,
This
if I
one
had
has
money.
Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Though. Come on.
Yeah.
What's that?
It has Bluetooth.
Oh. Yeah.
But yeah, in 4 years, I mean, who knows? Like Bluetooth you might not be able to connect to it anymore.
It'll be Red Tooth by then.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
Chuck 12 says Quantum City would have been a better name, and that's the name of the city of the pin because there's a city in the background. You're like, I guess there's disasters that happen. There's an evil corporation that you're fighting against in the game, and then like they'll cause potholes or something, and then you got to like make certain shots to like stop the event from destroying the city or something like that. I don't know. I thought you were gonna put "We built this city."
Oh no, I can do that too. That's Starship.
oh yeah, he's saying Aerosmith is the next Stern pin. It's like, yeah, I'm tired of that shit.
Anyway, so those are a few pins, man oh man, that you should keep your eye out for on Craigslist that are usually in the $2,000 range ish.
Yeah, DMD ones are getting hard to find in the 2000.
Yeah, if they're 3, try to lower offer that. They usually say 3 because they're expecting 25 or so. So,
or the other thing you can do is go the route that I just went, and if you're willing to clean everything up and rebuild some stuff, is Seattle Group just did the bulk buy from Italy, and I got 3 pins out of that, and they're all, I don't think I paid more than $1,300 for a pin.
And then you just got to do like the mass cleanup on it, but
yep, and they're already talking about doing another bulk buy in like 3 to 6 months.
What did you get out of that?
I got Stern High Roller Casino because I've always liked that game for some reason. The 2001.
Never played it.
And yeah, that's the thing. It's only like 1,100 of them were made. So
yeah.
But it's basically a casino, so it's got like roulette and slots and blackjack and poker, and it's got all these different games on one table.
Does that have a DMD on it?
Yep, it's 2001 Stern. Yeah.
Okay.
I got. That's why I brought it up. I got Shadow and I got Doctor Who.
Oh, okay. That's a good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had tons. I mean, I think they had like 6 or 7 or 8 World Cups.
Yeah, they made a lot of those too. That's why they're so low in price too. Is that there's so many of those?
Yeah,
made.
Pretty much almost any pin you could want from the 90s all the way up to like the newer WrestleMania ones. Some of that those were all available that we could have gotten.
No,
it's basically like the one major distributor in Italy. And every couple times a year, they just fill their warehouse up and put new games on the floors. And instead of refurbishing them themselves, they just put them up.
Blow them out, huh?
Yep. And Seattle Group, like a year or two ago, bought a container ship full, and we just did it again. And they're already planning on doing another one.
So you got basically each pin about $1,000 each or something, or?
They're 1,300. 2 of them are 1,300.
Oh, 1,300. Oh, okay. Wow, that's really good.
Yeah, that was interesting.
And they're working. They just dirty.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, some of them aren't even dirty. Like the High Roller Casino is in really good shape.
Jim doesn't care.
Oh, he will. He'll be like Mike. He'll all of a sudden get one and go, "Oh, damn it! I'm going to be a pin person."
You could be a pin person and an arcade person. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I'll totally be like
Hey, orange balls. I'll have a box of those. Give me a box of those naked lady tees, and give me 2 of those. Give me 6 of those.
I consider myself both because I like these games. I do pretty well at the tournaments and stuff.
Right, and besides, you're known as meme lover, not pin lover.
That's right, not pin lover.
Pin lover, it's meme lover. Yeah,
I like thousands of games.
Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands.
Billions and billions. I'll do the Carl Sagan. Yeah.
Ah, shit,
Cool.
dudes. I should rock.
I was gonna say, I think we're about done here. We're over 4 hours now.
Oh, Wyo is still in chat. What's up,
It's about
Wyo?
time for me to take my Alexa.
We still have 18 viewers in the chat. We were up to like 20 something at one point.
I think ever since Clint joined, we gained like 10. It's the Clint following. It's the
Totally.
Clint cult. The
It's
cult of
cult of
Clint.
Cult of Clint.
That's it.
They strike again. Oh,
Bottom.
shut up. Fair, no.
Finish the game! No!
Kill him. No.
No.
I can
You'll
recite that
regret
whole
it.
movie with, like, by heart. Dun.
Our idea though. Do you guys remember right before Grinkers? I told Terry about
Yes,
this.
we got to talk about that more. We should talk about that offline, maybe.
Yeah, after the show, after it goes offline.
Yeah, we got Brad. Does Brad even know about what we're talking about?
I have no
I
idea
don't
what
think
you're
he
talking
was
about.
on the show because
me.
he
It
was
was
on
just
it.
four
that
of
week.
us.
Yeah, it was like me, you, Andrew, and like one other dude.
Yeah, I don't.
Maybe.
I think that was Gleek. I think. So.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we
Well,
should talk about that
Let's end us.
because that's a.
We can
All
talk
right.
about
All
it,
right,
whatever it
kid.
is. All right, so thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for all the co-hosts for the show. Thank you for Steve Barbie and Clint Torres for
Be
awesome
sure and
drinkers.
tell Large Marge sent ya.
Can't wait for Grinkfest 5 or Grinkers 2017.
Yeah,
There
that's
is
next
one.
week, I believe.
We have to talk about that too.
That's a kidding.
How are they going to do it? Like, are we going to have a PA system and do it ourselves? If are they going to still
fuck
do it?
It'll be
or-
an Arcade Hangouts sponsored event. Fuck that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it'll just be a hangout. How about everyone just shows up and have a good time?
Yeah, that works. I think real well.
All right, so make sure you subscribe on YouTube and check the show out live every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. approximately. Also on audio only on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play Music. And that's it for tonight's show.
Good night, everybody. And
Yeah.
Steve Willard, get some sleep.
Good night.
Yeah, thanks
Thanks
everybody for watching.
Memories. Ba-da-da-da.
Arrivederci.
Good night, YL.
Ciao.
Oh, shit. Oh, one of those.
Au revoir.